Well, okay. So as I'd already explained to you guys, you are going to be venturing to this island of Welly World. We're very excited to relaunch it after it was started a number of years ago, kind of fell into disrepair and ruin, and now it is being relaunched. And so we start on a boat um, that is taking one Everett east actually, ironically enough, to the island of Welly World, and he is joined by an owl creature that is very, very silent and stoic. So, since the owl creature is not talking to you on this ride, Everett, what are you to pass the time?
Um, Probably Everett would be probably looking at his mall katana that he has, making sure it's nice and polished up. He's not totally sure if he was allowed to bring it or not, but um, he still brought it anyways. Mm, he made sure to bring that. His Morpheus glasses, sunglasses, his trusty fedora and trench coat, and then obviously he had to wear his forget what the name is. Whatever the outfit they wear when they're doing karate and samurai shoes.
It's quite a
Um,
look.
so yeah, he's he's probably um, just listening over any other conversations that are on the boat if there's other people and just kind of correcting them in their head.
Um, there are other people on the boat, but from what you can tell is they've already been on the island. They're just kind of pushing around crates of like food and stuff that they've brought from the mainland. You do notice that a lot of the crates is pretty apparent. You don't have to like roll for a perception check or anything if you're just sitting there by yourself not talking. But a lot of the crates say like Visic Co on it and things like that.
Hmm.
All right. Just lots of stuff. And so everyone's kind of busy. They're sort of ignoring you. It's people that do kind of cast glances your way are a little uncomfortable with how you look and they don't want to engage you in conversation. So they just kind of awkwardly shuffle away. Hmm.
Yeah, he's
But
he's
before
definitely he was definitely nervous, but just try not to show it. And taking a look around the boat, he's acting like he's kind of like trying to sneak around and go across corners and acts
I
like
will
his.
say this, do you go up onto the I mean, while you're on this is the big ship, right? You're not being
Mhm.
ferried to the island yet. This is the big ship from
Okay.
Majura. Do you go up to the like the deck at all?
Oh yeah, he would. He'd definitely want to explore around a little bit.
Okay. If you're up on the deck, you will notice that as you're getting farther from Majura, like this sort of constant, dreary, dark cloud cover starts to dissipate, and it becomes a little more cheerful, a little brighter. There's a little bit of promise in the air, it seems. Uh, but while you're taking in this moment, you do look over your shoulder and you do see two guards. They're dressed in like sort of like bronzy armor,
Mhm.
and they're pointing at you and snickering amongst themselves. And like one is like going like this, like pretending he has your sunglasses on, and the other is like this to the other one. Uh, how do you react upon seeing that?
Um, Probably grab one side of my trench coat and like throw it around and turn the other way and walk away.
While you walk away, you hear their laughter just explode. Uh, as they're
I
just
start to Naruto run away.
and that does they quiet down a bit because you quickly make your way back below deck. And before long, you and the Stoic Owl do get on a small little ferry boat, which brings you up to the main gate of Welly World. So let me move party ribbon here. All right, do we see that?
I'm blind.
No,
Are you actually blind?
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Actually, you are blind because you're not in this room yet. Should I add you to the room?
I cannot see
Thank you.
anything either.
I'm gonna just put you over here for now. Now can you
It
see?
flashed for
Nope.
a split second, and then I now also have a black screen.
I have a black screen as
Okay.
well.
I don't have any. I don't have
Oh.
any special lighting going on, but
Oh,
Do you
I
have,
saw a
like-
red dot.
Oh.
Hmm.
You might have to turn the light on. If
Let's
you're not
turn
doing
the
anything
light
special on, yeah,
Oh
if you
my
go
gosh,
to the
it's
map
been
itself.
so-
the map itself.
So yeah, go up to the top tab there where like all your maps are at. There should be like a settings button on the tab,
Mm-hmm.
and that lets you adjust the lighting settings for the map individually. But I think there's an option that's like daylight mode or something like that. It should just reveal everything. Everything will have light.
Let me go back to my maps because it's been like months since I've actually done this. There was a time when I could give you an answer for this right off the dome, and I am not in that
That's
headspace
okay. What if I
anymore.
just click? Well, it has. Never mind. It has dynamic lighting on, but its daylight mode is already turned on.
Okay. Did you give the tokens
How about
vision?
this? Does this do anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that was the thing that I thought gave the tokens. I did give you guys vision. I can double check. Or maybe I gave you vision on another board and not on this board.
Yeah.
Let's see.
When you go to link the
Oh.
tokens to each
There it is.
player, Trent,
Uh-huh.
before you link the tokens to the characters,
Mhm.
you can set the vision for the token and then apply it to the character, and then it'll be universal. So anytime you drag a token out onto a map, it'll have vision. But if you do it on a map without setting it to the character, then you'll have to do it every time.
Every single time. Okay, so if I just do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
let's see.
Yeah, so
Everett.
set the vision on the tokens and then go into each of our characters, and then you can reset, like use the current token again, and then it should be universal. Should be.
I clicked Everett on the right hand tab to like edit his thing, so it was like token popped up and all the other stuff. I didn't see anything that adjusts vision though. If I click edit for him, it says it's his name, who can control him, tags,
There should be
tokens,
another
bio
tab
info.
somewhere there. Maybe it's on the top.
Not in whatever this window is I'm looking at. So maybe this is
Alright,
not the right
well.
window then.
On share screen.
Okay. Well, hang on. You're gonna see all my tabs up and about like what's gonna come our way. Here, I'll just do it the old school way for now. Andrew, can you see now? By the way.
No, still black.
Oh, I set but your token has vision. Okay, fine.
His tint on his sunglasses are too dark.
That's it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, we'll do some screen sharing.
If you don't want us to see other tabs, you can pull that window out into its own window and only share that window.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
I want 0 spoilers.
Spoilers, no spoily. Uma X Squid Game. Let's see.
Okay.
This about Squid Game.
Yeah, Puma did a collab with Squid Game.
That sounds unfortunate.
Let's see how it looks. They're cool, I guess. They just pretty much use like the turquoise green color in a bunch of their stuff.
So
They
if I
did
go over to the character over here, like Everett East.
So you're going to go to the
Oh.
actual token. Go to the actual token.
Oh, okay. Down here?
Oh.
Yep. And then hit the gear. There you go. Dynamic lighting. Okay. So
Let's scroll down.
why?
Just keep scrolling down. Make
Okay.
sure everything's open. Yeah.
Ooh,
don't wanna
Okay. Go back.
map
Go back to
light.
the map settings.
Wait, what do you mean? Like,
So close out of this,
oh, okay.
and then
Back
go up
here.
and select the light settings for the map that you're looking at.
Okay. Settings. Dynamic lighting.
Yep.
On.
Let's on. Version drop. Go to the first page of that. Going.
Size, scale.
Huh.
Hmm.
I blame you doing the beta.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, are
I
your
put so much in here. I
did
feel
you
like that would be
put
something that would be
the
fixed pretty quickly.
or did you put stuff on the right layers? Is your map like on the map layer and your token on the token
Yep.
layer?
Yep. That should be all correct.
Do you have anything on the light layer?
Nothing.
Did you use that at all? Okay.
No.
Try putting a
I only
torch down and
know,
see
like,
if that's
what gives you guys a little bit of light. So you guys like
yeah.
see
I mean, just yeah. I mean, at least we can see if it's part of the issue or not. No.
did that make anything appear?
mm-mm.
All right.
Me neither.
Excuse me. I don't know why I'm saying anything. I'm not on this layer anyway. On this page.
Back to tokens.
Uh,
Oh, maybe I gotta do. Well, no, it should already be controlled.
they needed to do that. Yes,
Now, Andrew,
absolutely.
do you see?
I do see it.
Oh, that's all I had to do. All
So
right. Well, we can.
Assign
yeah.
it to a player, yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
you go.
So go to represents character,
But it's.
the top one there.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
So if you assign that to a person,
Oh, then it will automatically fill in the controlled by based on what I. Oh, determined by
Yeah.
character settings. Well, yeah.
Yep.
I already have it set over there. Okay. Who is this? Who is Gev Alreplum?
I clicked on
I
characters.
accidentally made another
I
character.
clicked on characters, and I think it just made like a random one. So you can delete.
Well, he's
one
gonna make
of
an
the-
appearance at some point. No. Gev is staying.
so is that Everett's alter ego?
Yeah, his evil. His evil alter ego.
Okay. Barlos, do you see now?
I do not.
Oh. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll take a look and see if you just don't have sight or something. Helga. Does Helga see?
So
Here we go.
I'm sorry. Go back to settings for her. Represents Helga. Gameplay controlled by. Okay, then I think if you hit update default token, does that? Okay, cancel
That
out
didn't do
of
it.
there. Go to click on Helga on the right side there under characters.
Mm. Edit. Right.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
So Delta check. Yep,
I
that's where
swear
you.
that I
That's where you
set
click
this to
that.
be you.
Yeah. I also didn't join until 5 minutes ago.
You know what?
So
I
do
know, but I
that,
thought I
and
did this
then
for you still.
okay, and then let's go back.
Oh, okay. You weren't done. Sorry.
You're good. So I think if you mouse over default, or there, use selected token. And then then close out of that, and then usually delete whatever Helga you have on the board, and then drag and drop one over from the
Right
side
into
there.
Helga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does Helga have vision?
Ilga.
Thought I gave her vision. Ugh. Okay.
Told you.
Here
You
you
good now?
go. Yes, but
Okay.
now do the same thing you just did. So go back to her on the
Oh,
right
and get
side.
rid of this and drag it again.
Well, no, click on her, go to Helga, and
Click.
then apply. Use selected token again. Sorry, where
You selected token.
do you have her token selected?
Oh, I did. Sorry.
Where
I didn't delete her. Or did
the
I
hell did you
delete her?
go?
I don't think I deleted her.
I can
Where'd she
still
go?
see, but I don't know where she went. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There she is. I found her.
Can you put her up by the door, like the big door at
I'm
the top,
trying.
so I can see? Okay, there. I see her. I see her. I got her. All right. She's selected. Then I can
Yep.
say
There. Now
use
you scroll
selected
down.
token.
You select token. Yep.
Okay, and now she's
And
gonna be here
then
forever.
yes, every time you drag her from there, it should grab those settings.
Okay, that's good. All right, so let's do that for everybody else then. Okay. So-
Yeah. That this me. So Fitzko is the first person that did Roll20 campaigns. I was like vehemently against it because I DM'd in person and I was like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna lose all the magic touch. It's gonna be awful. And he's like, I'll do it. We'll see how it is. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll play. And me and him. This is when me and him lived together. Actually, this is before we lived together. But we were on a call for like literally 5 hours trying to figure this out. This same thing.
I remember when I started the Tithes campaign, he and I had a very similar call. Maybe not 5 hours, but it was a long phone call. Just him trying to painstakingly describing how to do it.
Yeah.
And then I think
Oh,
we
well,
gave
because
up,
we had
and he ended
idea.
up coming over to our apartment. That's when we lived right down the street from you guys.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to go over to your house and do it for you.
Because yeah, we had no idea. And honestly, the tutorial back then, if it existed, which I don't remember if it did or not, was not
Hmm.
great.
No, the in-house tutorial suite was rudimentary at best. I ended up learning a whole lot from YouTube, pretty much exclusively.
You know,
I will say dynamic lighting now is so much easier than it was in 2021. So at
Yeah.
least we've come that far.
Okay. Do you all see now?
Yes.
I cannot, no.
Still?
Okay.
I thought I did the whole thing correctly. Maybe I'm not. Now I
Sorry,
know
I
for a
was not.
fact that I assigned you to this unless it didn't go through. Ugh. Whatever. Maybe I marked them all and didn't click save changes or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know I went through it. Can you see now?
I cannot.
Okay, I'm gonna delete this and drag you.
Oh yeah,
Token.
that's why. That would be why.
How do you... Okay, so now you see.
The old no.
You-
I just refreshed my page. I can't see anything. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's why. I see. I thought I did this for you too. Okay, you have vision. Save.
Hey, there we
and
go. Now I can see.
Let me go back to this. Edit. Set the selected token. Okay, there. Okay, now we can all see, right?
Yes.
Yep. I'm good.
Andrew, you too.
If you were talking, Andrew, you're muted.
I was yelling at my wife that Charles just took a shit in here and it's done.
Can you see in this room?
Me? Yes.
Oh, okay. Great.
Oh,
All right. So as you arrive here, you see this grand gate up ahead of you. A lot of stuff made out of bronze and copper, it seems, and stone. Pretty idyllic, pretty Disneyland-esque. You don't see a whole lot of activity here, though. Um, what you do see are these two giant, like, metal sentries that are not moving. They are just standing on either side of the gate. They have these massive shields. And you see a red-headed elf up there with a clipboard in her hands. And she is like sort of touching the statue, jotting down a few notes in her clipboard, nodding to herself. And then she notices you two arrive. And so since Widget will be very, very quiet, she'll scurry on down and she'll talk to you, Everett. She'll say, "Oh, welcome. You must be one of the new hires."
milady. Uh,
Oh,
I had to
oh,
do it.
oh my! She blushes and smiles, which is a little tough to see her freckles. But well, we are very excited to have you. How was your trip?
Oh, it was pretty good. Not too much turbulence on the waters out there. Uh, I can see around here looks pretty good. Not totally accurate to the time period, but still pretty nice.
Yeah, we've been trying to do some pretty revolutionary things here. This was founded by a gentleman named Vern Wellerby long before my time. But yeah, he had it all planned down to a T. We discovered a lot of the scrolls and the plans, and we're just trying to finish building the dream that he started all those years ago. And then she'll kind of cast her glances over here, and there'll be a small robot, and the robot is almost like obsessively uh picking up like little shells and things that have been washed up onto the shore and is like pitching them back into the sea, like just really tidying up that tiny little stretch of boardwalk. And Samantha will oh, her name's Samantha, by the way, Samantha Sandalwood. She'll Norm honey.
But
um this way, would you please? The boardwalk looks beautiful. Why don't you come over to me?
I'm not done cleaning though.
Not done. Excuse me, gentlemen. And she'll walk over and just kind of like frantically like kick all the other shelves off, and then like start ushering Norm over here to center. And she walks pretty fast. Like you can tell, her clipboard is like just covered in little scrawls and notes and things. Norm, these are our new guests. Now, as you know, I had you waiting here because I would like you to sort of give them the tour and kind of follow them and help them while they acclimate to life on the island. Okay?
Okay.
Real
Yeah.
life robot.
Okay.
Yep. That's me.
Samantha will scowl a little bit and take a little handkerchief and kind of like spit in it and like polish off Norm's face a bit because he has like some gunk and stuff. Um,
He'll wince. He'll wince, kind of like.
we must be presentable, Norm.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
Norm, what's the first rule of working in the park?
How how far am I allowed to go with
Whatever you want.
the
I'll
canon
commit
of
to it.
the rule number one of working in the park?
Mm-hmm.
Rule number one, working in the park, always always greet others with respect off the boat.
Damn,
Is
got him. Wow.
absolutely right, Norm. Good for you. And Samantha will hand Norm a token.
Thanks. He'll take it and he'll see a little slot in his chest open up, and he'll just place the token inside of his own chest, and it'll close back up.
Is there any sort of employee handbook that we'll be getting?
Oh, yes. We have a bunk ready for you, and there you'll find like some fresh polos and things. Although you look pretty geared up now, and until we have all of the guests and we fully open, we don't necessarily need you to be sporting all the Wellerby family logos just yet. But there will be a manual there. It is about 900 pages. I wrote about 700 myself. I just really want to make sure that this park is just off to a good start and that everyone's having a good time and being on their best behaviors.
What kind of material is the sheets made out of? I can't sleep on anything that's any type of natural fibers.
Samantha will kind of narrow her eyes and make a little note next to your name. Are there any dietary restrictions you have as well, sir?
I only eat meat, no vegetables.
You don't eat vegetables.
Disgusting. I
Okay,
need the
well,
meat to fuel and power up.
of course, of course. We have a lot here, so I'm sure we can help you. The island is filled with lush flora and fauna for you to snack on. So I think you'll be made perfectly comfortable. Right this way, please. And without anything else, she'll like turn, kind of click on her heels, and immediately start walking up toward the main entranceway. And she'll walk through. Do you guys want to follow her immediately, or do you want to say
I'm
anything to each
following
other? Or...
following the robot for sure. I think I'd definitely be like
Yeah.
poking the robot a little bit with the the bottom of my katana sheath or whatever.
As you poke Norm, first of all, you will notice that Norm is covered in these like scales that clearly are not like part of his outer coating.
Mm,
It's just like a setting of scales. Like above table, it's just scale armor, but it's like bronze and green dragon scales that have been fitted to his body and just like draped over him
okay.
haphazardly.
To make it more
And that's like
meaningful.
his park uniform. Uh, and he also has a big canister that he's wearing on his back. You can kind of see it in the picture in the full chat, but he has these like two antenna on his back and a big opening or like a sliding door on this canister that he wears on his back. And when you
Mhm.
poke him, the canister kind of opens up a little bit. The door kind of slots open a bit, and you see a tiny wisp of what you think is smoke pop out really quickly and shoot back in, almost as if it was a living thing
Hmm,
inside of his back.
Interesting. Interesting. What model are you?
Uh, I don't really like to talk about it. Um, well, I used to have a job a long time ago that I really liked, and then um, well, I didn't have that job anymore, and then I kind of sat with a bunch of other robots for a long time, and then I took a boat over here, and now I am here.
You're the angriest robot I've ever talked to. Maybe not angry, just gruntled, definitely.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure what that means, but I will take your word for it.
Okay.
Norm is rocking a -2 intelligence score, so he's not going to
Yeah.
be much help as, as far as figuring anything out.
Um, at this point, and almost like you can't see her anymore because she's gone through the arches into the shadows, but she just clears her throat loudly and it kind of resonates a little bit as if she
Norm will
wants you
jump,
to.
well, not fully jump, but he'll kind of wince again, and it's like gotta go, and he will turn and full movement sprint up towards the doorway.
Everett will definitely follow your cue, and like I'll say every time, he's gonna Naruto run right behind you.
Yes. That's gonna be
Perfect.
fantastic. All right. Well, you guys pass through those arches, and then this takes you to a place where hopefully I've, while you were talking, changed the tokens correctly so that you can see.
We can
Thanks.
see.
These are
Okay, this
pretty
is the main plaza. And Samantha will tell you as much. She says, well, welcome. This is sort of like, I guess you can say, ground zero of all the operations here at the park. As you can see, we have lots of games set up and such. And she'll start pointing very quickly to various things, like bathrooms are over there. The barracks will be staying over there, and of course, we're gonna have some more luxury hotels that way for some of our more wealthy customers in the future. And running through all these things. And while this is happening, though, and she's rambling on and on to you three, you'll notice there's a little bit of a commotion happening just to the left. There is a rather large woman who is holding in her arms a whole bunch of signs that say things in common like free petting zoo and come and pet the animals. They love to be held. Um, all these sorts of things, and lots of pictures of cute little animals. And she seems to be saying something to this soldier who looks very confused and is just like trying to calm her down. What is Helga going on about?
How many times I've told you, I do not need more materials for my house.
Ma'am, please. As part of our arrangement, we had agreed that we could use some of your property. I mean, the animals are just wandering around. It's not really hurting anything, right?
Hurting anything? I don't need you gentrifying my island any further, okay?
Listen,
And besides, no, go ahead. Before
well,
I beat you overhead with
we
giant wooden planks.
oh god. Even though he's like fully armored, this guard, he's like quaking, because this is a very big woman. And you can tell they probably have some interactions with this woman before. It's like we just want everyone to appreciate the island as much as you do. We want to make it even better. And he'll keep casting glances over to Samantha, who will be excuse me, coming over and be like, "Yes, Helga, what seems to be the trouble this time?"
I brought your wood back. I had no deed. There's plenty of wood in the forest.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much, Helga. That was really understanding of you. And she will look back over to Everett and kind of like roll her eyes, like this is one of those. Like you'll learn about her soon. And she will take them and kind of like immediately like stack them all so they're very even as she's holding them. And she'll be like, "Tell you what, it's just a misunderstanding, Helga. Here, why don't you take a few of these?" And she will hand Helga 3 tokens. Um, as you know, we have lots of fun games, Helga. While you've walked all the way over here from your cottage, why don't you just enjoy yourself? In fact, and she'll usher these 2 over as well. We'll say that Widget is just staring off and admiring the birds, like the smaller birds than him that are fluttering around. Um, you as well. Why don't you enjoy some of our games? Just kind of like we're still piloting some things out, seeing how it works. Would love to get your opinion on those things. And yeah, here you go. And so she will also give you 3 tokens.
You're lucky. I have soft spot for a fun game. The lemur is really
Norm is
like
going
Big Hammer.
to the hammer game. Norm is going to turn to Everett real quick,
Mhm.
and he's going to say, "Helga is my best friend on the island. He's way better at all the games than I am."
Your best friend lives at the petting zoo?
Oh, great.
Miss,
Not- not-
you live at the
not-
your cottage is at the petting zoo, miss?
Not annoying chunk of metal again. What do you want, little hard one?
I was just wondering why you didn't want to come and play games with me last night
You're a bad
after our
loser.
shifts.
You're a
I'm not
terrible
a bad
loser.
loser. That's not true.
You're also never a winner, so it's too easy.
Well, that is true. And hurtful.
See, you're being bad loser right now. It's not hurtful to lose, just get better.
You guys,
Okay.
you guys are best friends. He's your best friend.
Yep, best friends since my first day at the park.
If Norm has no haters, then I am dead and drowned.
Norm is gonna give the biggest robotic sigh and open his front compartment and pull his single token out. And he'll
Yeah.
also, it's not lost on him that he only has one token and the other two have 3 tokens.
Well, I'll tell you what, Barlos. Is this kind of like a what else? It's kind of like a little dustbin inside of him.
I was thinking it's like his whole body is just hollow, and it's
Okay.
like 2 doors that open like this, and he'll just reach inside of himself and pull out a token. So it does nothing comes out of him. He reaches inside.
It's like Bender.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you have your one token. Um, Samantha is hearing all this commotion, and there are these two very, very well dressed gentlemen that are up here that are sort of also like having their own private conversation, but the noise of the commotion is sort of bothering them. Samantha realizes this and be like, "Okay, guys, okay, why don't you go and enjoy the games? Just go ahead, go ahead. They're everywhere. So go and find something that appeals to you, and then when you're ready, we have a prize booth right up there to the northeast. Lots of goodies for you, okay?
Why can I not just buy prize with coins? Simple transaction. This is not how modern currency works. What is the point? I thought this was what we were trying to do the whole time. With all
Helga,
gentrification.
Helga, what do you know about currency?
I give it to you and you give me what I want.
Yeah, lots of native currency on this island, eh, Helga? Out there with all those trees that you love so much and the animals. Listen,
No,
we're just trying to keep things as simple and streamlined as possible, okay?
that's also what I try to do. Simple, streamlined. Why play a game? Just give me food. I go back home. You leave island. Very simple.
That's well, we're a little
You
too
think
deep
Helga
into
stupid
that right
one?
now.
I think Nancy or whatever your name is. I think you stupid one. Very simple.
It's okay. Okay, Samantha, we will honey, we'll talk about this later, okay? Um in the meantime, go in and enjoy some games. And you know what? I happen to know there are some prizes that are plushies would make for some great chew toys for some of your pets, right? Hmm?
You know, maybe for a short time. Fine.
Okay.
Where's Big Hammer? Where's Big Hammer game? I go break things.
Um do you look around for a big hammer game?
Yeah.
You do see a big hammer game. There is one. It's literally right down to the southeast there. It's like purple and white. It goes very, very tall because underneath this tent, it is not a carousel, it's a tent. There is a pole with a bell at the top. And you can sort of see it from a distance, right? Like the tent is pretty high above the ground.
All right. Come, small scrawny one. I show you how to break stuff.
Well, yes.
It's Helga's favorite pastime.
I'll show you how to use the sword after you're done. A blade, if you will.
Norm
All right.
has kind of wandered off by himself, picking up trash and putting it inside of his body.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Norm. Why don't you roll a perception check so we can do a roll here as you're picking up litter and trash and constantly keeping your eyes peeled for things.
Perception. $14.
Ooh, first roll of the campaign.
Okay. Okay. So I would say that while you're in the course of picking up trash and you're finding the usual litter like apple cores and like banana peels and um some sort of like paper, like there's clearly some
Lots of
sugary, like,
fruit that
salty
these people.
snack. Yeah, but so it's an island. It's a little tropical in places, so we have that, and can't just live off of sucrose. You gotta have fructose as well. But you do manage to find one other token.
Thank you.
Mhm. And and it is like a it's actually kind of interesting. It is like an earliest mint token too. So it's like it's very aged, has like a slightly different draconic design on it. But still a token nonetheless.
Do I recognize this as an old token?
Um you've seen others like this. It's
Yeah.
not one of a kind. And maybe you've inside your head, I don't know if you believe in luck, but you kind of realize that after picking up a lot of things that you don't see many of these tokens much any longer. So
Hmm. I guess my day didn't start completely terribly.
lovely.
Hey, robot, come over here. Stop picking up trash.
Please do not invite him over.
Your best friend's about to win some money on the. She's gonna hit it with a hammer, I think.
I do not
Oh.
know what this best friend means, but do not
Helga, I
like it.
almost forgot you were here. I am so happy to see my best friend here at her here at her favorite game.
Yeah,
I must come
more.
over and watch you succeed. Every day I watch you play this game and you win almost every time, and I've never won. Is
No,
this what
come
envy
stand by a
feels like?
place where a big hammer is. I want to show you a trick.
Gladly, and he will walk right up to you with no question asked.
Okay. So you want to head over to the tent then? Tent's
Yeah.
down right, guys. So as you approach, as you walk up to the tent, there is a large hulking half orc gentleman that is sort of kind of lazily leaning on a giant hammer, and but when he sees Helga approaching, he like sort of straightens up, kind of like brushes out his little tunic, and he only has like a couple like stray hairs sticking out of his head, but he like tries to lay them flat, and he's like, hey, Helga, it's good to see you again.
No, do I know his name?
Sure. His name is Bertrude, but he hates that. He likes to go by Bert.
Oh, great! It is Bertrude. Hello.
Yeah. So he's a little awkward about that. Helga, did you get my flowers the other day? I left them by your gate. I didn't want to walk on to your property unless you invited me over for dinner sometime or something. But I just left them there.
I did not get flowers. Perhaps animals ate flowers.
Oh,
Nibbles really likes to eat colorful things.
it was pretty. There's a lot of flowers. It was more of like a whole shrub. Kind of had like the roots all sticking out the bottom. But you do have a lot of animals. If you ever need one more cute little pet around the house, and he like does this a little bit.
I do not know what this pet you mean. The animals just they like me. I cannot
an
seem to get rid of them.
As an aside to you, Andrew, Norm will go. Bert really likes Helga.
Miss Helga, is this man bothering you?
Oh, he just like animals. He show up and never go away.
Yeah. All right.
Bert
Let me.
looks over at this katana wielding man. It is like, Helga, is this like your boyfriend or something?
Don't know what this boyfriend you mean. This is
Just
this is weird skinny man. He showed me how to use blade later.
he's
Silly blade,
Oh.
not axe.
I'll
blade
draw my
later.
katana out real slow.
he tries to puzzle over those words a bit if there's any innuendo, but he's not very smart, so he immediately loses whatever train of thought he had. Um, and then getting a little overwhelmed with emotion, just because he's kind of confused, like he kind of switches into his, like, oh, I'm running something here, I should work. So he's like, yeah, anyway, so welcome to the strong man's bell. Uh, Helga, would you like to have the honors?
Yes. I give you crappy fake world currency, and you give me prize. Yes.
Well, I would give you tickets, and you can pick whatever price you want. Although, if you want me to pick for you, I think I know you pretty well and the kinds of things you like. I just want you to be happy, Helga.
She's gonna turn back to the. It was like this currency system make no sense. I get coin, they give me other currency. Other currencies buy other things, and then there's other currency called gold. I do not understand. Why not just single universal currency? God,
He
this all this.
when you mention the word gold, uh, he kind of like pats a little like his pocket a little bit. Let's see. Everyone besides Helga, roll a perception check. Because Helga does not care. She seems like she's
Not Norm.
Nat 20 for 27.
oh. So you, Andrew, with Everett, you just so slightly, as you watch his like big hulking hand pat his side, you see there's a small little like ring shape in his pocket, and he's kind of like protectively patting it. Uh, but he does nothing more with it.
I think I'll lean into Helga. Or how tall is Helga?
I'd say she's like a good 6'5", 6'6".
Okay, so Everett's
I
about
only play
6'2".
tall characters. You know this.
What's that?
I only play tall characters. You know this.
Okay, Everett's 6'6" as well, but he's just absolute just lankiness.
String bean.
I think he's trying to hide something in his pocket, but I can't tell what it is.
Probably- Probably fourth
the-
weird currency that you use gold to buy to exchange for tickets for other crappy coin.
He seems to track for what's going on here.
And he looks a little nervous and just hands the hammer to Helga. Here you go, darling. Go and take a swing.
Do not know what this darling is. So I do not like it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ma'am, miss, sir, whatever you want.
You could probably just call her Helga. That's her name.
That's yes. Of course. Yeah.
That's what I call her.
He's really
And
ashamed.
I'm her best friend.
He's so ashamed that he didn't realize he didn't take your token from you. Your call if you want to give it to him or not.
Let's see if Helga notices she doesn't give a token.
I was
Nope.
gonna be like, Helga's probably definitely somebody who would keep the token. She's
She,
like, this
if,
is bullshit. I'm not gonna give it to you.
you don't know if it's intentional or not, but she didn't think about it. Just nobody asked, so she didn't think about it.
We'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Alright,
So how is the contraption built? Is it like very typical? Like there's a thing you hit, and then the thing goes up.
Yep, there is it's a little pressure plate kind of thing that shoots up this piece of this like cylinder of iron up a track, and at the very top there is a dragon that's kind of like its wings are out and it's gripping a bell. And there are little things along the side too that says like like Wimpazoid and
Okay.
know
How tall?
Pretender.
How tall is the thing?
Ooh, 15 feet.
Okay.
That seems like all right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's pretty tall.
So Helga is going to above game cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
In game, there's a small woodland creature. Let's say it's a flying squirrel that can like fly around and do stuff she asks her to do. And she's just gonna she'll kind of pat her shoulder, and say, "Okay, Nibbles, you help me win game, okay?" And she'll take the hammer and she'll swing down, and Nibbles is gonna try and like if it like gets real high up and like almost doesn't hit the thing because that's how games are rigged. Nibbles is just
Yeah.
gonna push it up to hit the top.
Okay. Let's see. So what you're gonna do is you are going to give me we'll do an athletics check, and I will let you whatever you get. I will add +3 for Nibbles added boost.
I'm just imagining Nibbles getting stuck under the weight and it just coming down and
Okay,
smashing it to bits.
this is with the +3 added.
Okay, sure.
19.
Woo! All right. Pretty good. So it is so close. It narrowly gets there. Like you drop down that hammer effortlessly, like and your arms are just like rippling, and Bert's just drooling over how glorious you look wielding this giant hammer. And you come down on a really hard, big impact. The little metal cylinder shoots up. You hear it like whizzing up the track, and then all of a sudden Nibbles appears and he tries to do a little bit of a push, but in the last moment, he he notices because Norm is not fully doing his job, that there are some like peanuts and things on the ground, and he kind of like his
Oh,
little
no.
squirrel brain stops pushing it up. And is he a flying squirrel or a regular
Yeah.
squirrel?
We'll say he's flying squirrel. He's some
He
mythical
glides down to the
woodland
ground
creature.
and starts to stuff his cheeks with these stray nuts. And you do not get to hear the satisfying ring of a bell, but you do see it get up to the like narrowly get there.
When it gets to the top, I was just gonna go, ding! Oh well, oh look, I won. Give me tickets.
Oh, of course, that's and he kind of
Ding!
Bert
Look,
sort of
I won
gauges
again. I won twice in one swing. That's crazy.
he gauges the situation, looks around to see if like any of his supervisors are watching, and he's like, that's a big win. Good job, Helga." And he happily gives you 3 tickets. So keep track of I'm keeping track of your tokens, but if you could keep track of tickets, that'd be good. So you get 3 tickets for getting the highest possible score of a game.
Nice job, Helga.
I told you she wins almost every time. It's uncanny.
She really is something, isn't she?
As
And
you
Bert
as
will
you
look
just
at
witnessed her
Yes,
not
she's a
win.
person.
Bert will look at you guys and like not really sure if he should ask if you want to play this game because he's kind of like eyeing like your skinny arms, Everett, and he's looking down at Norm, but
Oh.
he kind of holds the hammer like,
I'll take a crack at it. I've been training pretty hard on the way over here.
all right.
I'm gonna give myself disadvantage on this. What do I add? Athletics?
Oh
Or
yes, it's an athletics check, yeah. Unless you want to do something else with it. But he's watching you pretty closely. Like he is now total business mode. He is
10
a
total.
10. A 10 though. That's okay. That's okay. Um it comes down. It does you don't really get the whizzing sound. It's not moving fast enough. But you kind of see it silently rise about maybe like a third of the way up, and then it drops down. And Bert just is like he's smiling now. He loves that you failed in front of Helga. He's like,
It just
What's
looks
the-
like he like lifts the hammer up to get it on his shoulder basically, and basically just the weight of the hammer going down is all that he gets into it. He doesn't get any type of force pushing that thing down.
he
What
he
is,
gives you 1 ticket, by the way. And he says, good effort, little guy."
Yes.
What is
Told you I'm
the
getting good.
on the like the Wimphometer? Where does
Uh-huh.
where does a 10 land him?
Ooh, a 10 would land him at, let's see. It just says like a newly born gazelle. That's what it says.
Gazelles are pretty strong actually.
Are
Oh,
they?
look.
They're like the little wobbly fawns. Like,
Yeah, their legs are really strong. If you didn't know.
oh. Do you
Oh,
tell her
look,
that?
it's the little gazelle. Perhaps you will unknowingly follow me around now too.
I see a bright future ahead of us.
Also, I do not know your name, so now you are Little Gazelle Man.
That's pretty close to my name. It's Everett East.
Little Gazelle Man. Other name too hard to remember.
All right, that's fine, I guess.
You're gonna see Norm kind of start to roll away because he doesn't have
Uh-huh.
legs; he has tracks. So he's gonna start kind of moving away, and then he starts to like jarringly almost will back up again towards the hammer game, and then move away, and then back up, and you hear him talking to himself. He doesn't have breath, but like really quietly, uh, and it's kind of like, no, I'm not strong. I am not a strong robot. I can't do it. And then in the same voice, but like really affectionate and like very humanistic, not like a robot voice at all. It's like, no, you have this, Norm. You can do anything you want to do.
Aw.
You can do anything that you set your mind to. You were
Is he
hardwired
wearing
for
a hel-
success.
Is he wearing a helm of encouragement?
He's not. He's not. uh, and then you'll hear him kind of louder. He'll say, "Okay, I will try it." And he'll go back up to Bert and he'll say, "Hammer, please."
Oh, okay. You've never wanted to play this one before, Norm, but sure. He takes your token, and he tries to like. Oh, am I frozen? Can you still hear me at least?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can.
Look at that face. Awful.
it's great.
Good.
God.
Oh yeah,
He
affection.
he carefully, like gingerly puts. Cause what are your hands like? They're just
So his back hatch is going to open up, and
oh.
this is my third. This is my second of three items. Is a weird tank, which is essentially a tank full of water that holds a water weird that I can pull out and command. In Norm's case, it is not made of water. It's like a nano weird, so it's a bunch of little tiny bits of metal that just fly up out of his back container. And the only thing this weird can do is grapple other things. So it's going to form itself into a big hand, and it looks like smoke. And it will grab the hammer from Bert. So Norm is actually not going to roll for this. It's going to be the stats of a water weird playing the.
Okay.
If I can get this up real quick. I'll just roll in here. So it's a +3 instead of Norm's -2. For 15.
15. All right. It does pretty well. It much to Bert's surprise, he sees this nano-y arm. It's like, I'm guessing, always kind of moving a bit. Like it almost looks like it's fluid.
Yeah. Very
Okay.
smoke-like.
Yeah. And brings the hammer down. It does. You do get the whizzing sound as it whizzes pretty far up, about 2/3 of the way up. And it's like, and it says, "You're getting there, big guy," as a little encouraging thing to the side. And even though this was not as impressive as Helga's, Bert is still like really impressed. He kind of gives you a little applause. It's like, Norm, I never knew you had it in you. Here you go, buddy. And he gives you two tickets for getting that 15.
Nice, Norm.
Thanks, I guess. He will not give the hammer back to Bert. He just drops it on the ground wherever it was. And we'll start to walk away.
Kind of strange for something that just constantly picks up things that are on the ground, but
The hammer's not trash.
noted.
Do what I tell you. Little robot man, bad loser.
He is awfully angry.
Self-fulfilling.
I don't know if he's angry. Disgruntled, like I said.
This is what means to be bad loser.
He's
Oh,
already he's not listening to you anymore. He's already off looking for trash elsewhere.
You guys follow Norm?
Yeah, I mean, I'm following out for sure. What other games are around here? Do you guys, Helga, Miss Helga?
I don't know if she would know. Norm, I think, would know. Norm probably has it programmed. Do you tell them, Norm?
Yeah, he's gonna make a beeline for the crane game.
Shit.
Voice command.
um. So the crane game. Norm gets a little confused. He can't really see over the table very well because he's short. It's actually a ring toss game, but he just knows that
He
he gets
uses his arms like,
those two mixed up. But the ring toss game, that's going to be actually it's like on the other side. So way over here, and as you pass, you see these two gentlemen. They're still talking, but they probably don't concern you right now. Samantha, I'm gonna move her
I
because
can't
she is
move my
no longer
token,
here.
by the
She is
way.
busy doing 1,000 things. I'll just put her away for now. But way over here to the how do I? Hang on, I can't see my scrolly bar. Why can't I see my scrolly bar? I think it's I'm zoomed, maybe. Oh, there it is. Yep. So there's a giant guy over here, but over his right shoulder, so one that's closer like down, that is going to be the ring toss game. And like the big sentries that were outside the main gate, this one is also motionless. It is just standing there.
These things are
Um,
pretty cool. Norm, do you know what these are? Are they just statues?
It's a crane game.
No, not the crane game. This guy with the sword and shield.
Oh, he watches over the crane game.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
These guys, Helga's best friend. They big robots, but they don't have big yapping mouth. Helga likes big one.
Their face doesn't have eyes, ears, noses, or mouth. It just seems like.
They're
Yep,
just
and he doesn't
perfect.
seem to react at all.
Everett will
All
pull
right.
out a sword and do like a little flourish in front of it.
Does not react.
That's what I thought.
I want your opinion on something, DM, that
Okay.
I think might bend the rules a little bit, but I don't intend on using this in any other way than this.
Sure.
Norm knows common sign language,
Hmm.
but he doesn't have fingers. Like he just has clamps on his fingers.
He just knows
So
it.
I'm he knows how to do it. So I'm wondering if you will allow me to just like lack of official term, not mechanically knowing minor illusion, but like when I want to speak in common sign language, could I just like put my hands up like this and I just like project a hologram of two hands signing something?
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say your nanobots could do it, but I like it even better that it's a hologram of hands moving.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, we'll do that.
Which is so
I
funny
will watch
because if
this
you had a
group.
hologram, you could just project what you're trying to say, right?
No, not
So
any
funny.
direct route. He is just projecting an additional set of hands
This is part of
to sign something.
this is Norm's inclusivity programming to make sure that
Mhm.
every member that's coming to the park, every visitor feels welcomed.
As I thought about making it like an LED read screen that just like
Mm.
rolls across his chest.
Mm.
But then if I make that in common, not everybody speaks common. So at least if I'm doing the signing, people that speak common sign language but don't necessarily speak common can understand me.
Mm.
So
I see.
it's a separate language. But I will project a hologram up to this big guy
Hmm.
in common sign language, and I'll say, "Hi, this is my best friend and my new best friend."
It's
You know, so Helga actually speaks sign language.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, where does sign
friends.
language come
Best
from?
friends.
Like,
She is the person you're talking about. She can't read common, but she understands sign language. She immediately goes, "Do not listen to little one. He lies."
he didn't say anything.
What are you talking about? He just said something.
He made no
Oh,
noise.
little gazelle man, too dumb to understand.
Maybe just to indicate to you that it's not just a statue. Uh, this thing will shift a little bit to kind of turn its back to you guys. Like it'll just rotate a tiny little bit
He said,
to
"I
show
want
that
no
it's kind of
business."
annoyed.
Get me out of here. I don't want to talk to these
See
people
what
at
I
all.
tell you? Little robot annoys everybody, even big silence man.
He
All
is
right, you go up to the ring toss / crane game.
Norm. Norm
I'll
shut
go
down.
first.
Oh, he's so embarrassed.
See what I tell
Can we
you? So,
restart him?
sore loser.
Do we? Is there a restart button on him, or
No, now we take time to run away and hope he does never find us again.
I think he'll find us? Goodness.
Helga will walk up to the stand.
Oh, there's my connection. Okay, I'm back. So he has to play first. Although was he the one that wanted to do the?
Yeah, he wanted to do the crane
Oh,
game.
he's the one that wants to do the crane game. Okay. Well, I'll just say what you guys see.
Okay.
It is like a ring toss game. The person who runs this is a tabaxi, and he's kind of sort of staring off at a table full of tiny goldfish bowls with little goldfish swimming inside, and you can see that he's just sort of watching them, like licking his cat teeth. And you can tell that he's tempted all the time, and he doesn't understand why he was given this responsibility. And you can maybe tell that something's a little off because, like, there's like maybe 30 of these goldfish bowls, but like 4 of them don't have goldfish in them anymore. It just seems a little off.
And his
Uh,
mouth is a little bit wet.
yeah, yeah. But he doesn't notice you as you step up.
How many times I tell you, fish are friends, not food.
And he just he like fluffs up a little bit like cats do when they're scared, and then he looks over and it's like, oh, it's you, Helga. Okay, yes,
Stop eating fish.
I do no such thing. I take my job very, very seriously.
You are a big cat. Go eat green leafy things.
Actually,
Ugh.
fish are pretty delicious.
See,
I
this guy gets it.
do not understand. How would you feel if Helga ate you? Maybe cat
Helga,
delicious.
are you here to just harass me at my job, or is there
He's good
something
at that.
else?
I'm not harassing. I'm telling you to stop eating food. Well,
Hmm.
fish. Maybe
So
maybe
fish are
stop
food.
eating.
So fish are
Maybe
food.
maybe stop eating food. Maybe you'll get old and wither and die sooner than later.
He's
Do you
brutal.
want to? Do you want to play, or? And he's like spinning the rings like on his cat claw.
Helga's not good at this game. You know this.
Yes, yes, I remember. You tried
Small
so
dumb.
hard to save these goldfish, but I tried to tell you, Helga, that those they aren't even the prizes. They're just here to make it look pretty.
I do not want more animals. Too many. Fish belong
Well, how
in the
about
sea, not in little water cups.
Oh, looks like Norm's restarting.
they're small fish, Helga. They're not disturbing anything. Oh, hey, Norm. Did you restart your programming?
His head kind of like spins around on a swivel. Sorry, sometimes I just shut down without any notice.
I wish you would not come back online after this.
That could be misconstrued as hurtful, Helga. Luckily, I know we're best friends always,
How do I
and
stop
nothing
this
will ever change that.
How do I stop this misconstrue? I want to be very clear that it's meant to be hurtful.
Aha!
Oh, best friends always rib each other.
I don't know
The
what that means.
tabaxi is starting to ignore you guys again. He's just watching the goldfish swim in circles in the bowls. Once again.
Balls?
All right, well, I guess
Mr.
this little metal man here wants to play your crane game.
I love the
Okay.
crane game.
The crane game. Norm, how many times did I tell you? We tried the crane game and there was that gruesome accident. We had to shut it down. This is the ring toss game now.
Yes, well, when I first got here, this is where you had the crane game, and I would like to play that now, please.
Okay, token please, Norm.
Okay. He will reach inside of his body and produce a token and hand it over to you.
Remember that grisly accident where you were picking up teeth for 2 weeks?
You
Bones scattered everywhere.
You receive 3 rings. And to throw them, it will just be a I guess sleight of hand check. You're gonna to try and throw them. And you can kind of tell, like there are a lot of goldfish bowls. They're all filled with goldfish. They're swimming around in circles, but they have little ribbons on the top. There's like one that's gold. There are some that are silver. You can tell they're probably worth more points. And there are others that are just plain goldfish bowls.
I'll turn to Everett and I'll say, I'll hold up the rings. I'll say, these are cranes. You have to throw them into the games over there. This is the crane game.
I don't think so, but carry on.
And you'll see him also not mechanically relevant. I don't plan on working this into any other part of the game. You'll see his body just like lift up, just like his gears at the bottom just kind of like crank up like an old crank, like a dumbwaiter almost, where his torso just like moves up really slowly so he can just see above the table. So you see him just like, and then he'll take the rings. And sleight of hand, you said?
Yep, for each of them.
I know I haven't contributed to this game at all yet, but there is a thing I would like to do.
Oh, in this moment, the silent owl that was accompanying you, Everett, the entire time, you barely realized it, but he was right over your shoulder right now, and he gets your attention. Everybody,
Everett pulls
I'm
out his
guessing-
katana real quick.
Well, I don't even have to say anything. I'll just kind of tap him on the shoulder. So I've got an ability where I can add my intelligence modifier to a skill or a save. And I just kind of want to, I don't know, guidance him, whatever that would
Oh,
be.
hell yeah.
Nice.
So that would add +5 to his sleight of hand check.
All right.
Damn.
Have you been here the whole time?
No comment.
Not going to matter on that first
Just-
check.
It just makes hoot sounds.
Okay, is that with the +5?
With the 5, no, it's with a 5 we have a 12 for the first check.
Okay.
The second one's going to be a 16.
Okay.
And the third one is going to be a 16 as well.
For the record, Helga also speaks bird folk and not common. She'll give a silent nod. She'll give a silent nod at the hoot. Like, yes, indeed.
Yeah, right on.
So, it took a little bit of figuring things out, I guess, at first. You didn't miss any of your shots. Norm's first one, though, if there's like a little gathering of silver ringed goldfish bowls and the gold ringed one, he doesn't go anywhere near them. He gets like one of the bowls on the outskirts, a little ring around the goldfish bowl. Puts it back, so you kind of, that's fine, Norm. It happens. Your next two, though, almost like I would even say like it's on the exact same bowl, which is kind of impressive. The Tabaxi doesn't see that too often. But you get 2 rings onto a silver goldfish bowl. Norm, that's wow, okay. That was really well done. These are for you. And he's gonna give
Double
you
crane.
2 tickets.
Thanks. And he will stash them inside of his compartment.
And while he's doing that, the Tabaxi will turn to we'll look at Everett and say, you know, back when it was a crane game, Norm was one of the best. It's a shame we had to get rid of it. Should
Yeah.
see this guy's skills.
He is a robot, so that would make sense that he would be mechanically inclined.
Yeah.
Some would just call it cheating. Helga is this person.
Helga, are you cheating on the hammer game because you're strong?
Helga does not know what this cheat is.
You said cheating before I did.
I plead the fifth.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, but I saw once. In confrontation between 2 smarter gentlemen.
I plead the fifth.
Just like that. When you don't want to talk, you say I plead fifth, and nobody asks any questions.
Very nice.
Would anyone else like to give it a try? While that conversation was happening, he was gathering up the rings. And he's back to twirling them on his claws.
What other games you guys got around here?
Well, if you want to go right next door, we have a whack-a-worm.
Helga
Alright.
likes sound of new game.
I like that one.
Now, please go right ahead then.
I'm
You
gonna
all
turn
feel good about
around to the owl guy. He's standing there. Sir, are you following me? I have to let you know I am underage.
I plead the fifth.
Touche. When in Rome.
Oh man, this is Game with Worms. You will love this.
Yeah, you probably like worms, right?
Now listen, Mr. Tabaxi Man. Worms are food. Fish not food.
Fish or food.
The Tabaxi goes,
Helga's gonna walk over to the whack-a-worm game.
All right. Whack-a-worm game. You see there is a dwarf sitting there. He's kind of used to like the cooler caves, so he's like his shirt is like open, like hairy chest, and it's like his hair is like kind of like plastered to his skin. Like he's just trying to like stay cool under this tent. And he's like yep, welcome to Whack-a-Worm. You know how this goes? Maybe, maybe not. You take that little tiny hammer thing, and you hit the purple worms that pop out of this here box.
Now
I
we're
do not
talking.
like small hammer. Can I use my hammer?
That's it's a delicate system, so we really need you to use this small hammer. But believe me, I'm fond of big hammers myself. But what are you gonna do?
I'm going to use my hammer and break thing.
He looks a little bit alarmed, and he kind of like sort of looks out of his stall and casts glances at the giant mechanical guard thing sitting there. Doesn't say anything to it, doesn't do anything about it, but then looks back to you, be like, I don't think you should really be causing too much destruction there.
This is not game.
This is the game, but you have to use this. And he'll put a little tiny, like, foam bat, little mini hammer thing. in your
I
hand.
see. Challenge is to break things with small hammer. With big hammer, too easy.
Yeah, so we can think about it that way. Are you you ready to give it a try?
All right, I'll play by your rules, small man.
All right, 1 token. So, he hits a little switch. It's gonna do a little jingle, a little do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And then there's like 9 holes, and these mechanical purple worm puppets start to pop out. Roll a I don't know. I have it marked as a, but you can always tell me something else. I have it marked as like a perception check because this is like the wisdom game
Okay.
where you're trying to like
I like that.
watch as
Yeah,
things are popping up.
let's do that. Helga is going to she's going to psych herself up beforehand.
Okay.
She's going to say, "Okay, girl, you got this," and that's guidance.
All right.
20. A fat 10.
Okay. So your performance is not great. They're going way too fast for you. I think it's because you're so used to like a giant hammer that you don't quite know how to use this small little bat thing. You do hit a few of them here and there, but nothing special, and certainly the machine doesn't give you any sort of celebratory jingle at the end. Well, you at least tried. I can give you this. He'll give you 1 ticket, single ticket.
You
I'll
don't like
show-
game. Game is for
I'll
weak
show-
people.
Give me that hammer. I'll show you how it's done.
All right.
I said
He
game for
takes
weak people. This
a
man
token.
is weak as gazelle.
This is for speed. Nat 20.
Ooh,
And what do you add to it?
you just light up this game. Every single purple worm that pops up, you just crush it. And it's almost to the point where the game actually gets easier for you because you are so good with this hammer that like you start breaking them. So like they stop popping up in certain places. So you're like narrowing down the number of holes that these things can even pop up in. And by the end, the game gives you a but it's also like smoking at the same time. Um the dwarf is surprised and he looks at you, he's like, did a purple worm hurt you once? Or
Play the 5th.
that's fair. I think I'm gonna have to do some repairs, so no more of this game. But man, that was and he gives you a whole ream of like 3 tickets.
There you go. Miss Helga, did you see that? And he makes like a strong arm thing, and the muscle there looks like maybe like an egg, the size of an egg on a stick.
I did not see it. It was too fast for me.
Norm is going to fervently start picking up the pieces of the game that were knocked off. Like, as the game breaks, he's just going to pick up pieces of wood that are broken off of the box.
Are you thank you, Norm. Are you giving it back to the dwarf or are you just like pocketing it?
No, Nope.
Okay.
it's trash.
It's just mine now.
It's trash. The dwarf doesn't even really notice. He's already stepped outside and has turned the sign to closed, and he's like fishing out a toolbox in the back and figuring out how he's gonna make repairs on this game. uh, as you guys step out of that tent, I will say this: you sort of see in the distance, Samantha is sort of finishing some things up. But she's back. She's back in this area. You could probably assume that she's gonna come and talk to you guys pretty soon. You might have like one more game you could play.
Can you look at the prizes?
Sure, there are a lot of prizes. So the prize counter is way over there to the right. It's like a thing that has like it's open and it has a bunch of like shelves. It looks like there are quite a lot of things. There is an entire bin of stuff that you can get for 1 ticket, and they look pretty simple. Like you can tell they might be special, but they're pretty baubles and things like that. But on the shelves in the back, there are a wide assortment of figurines, and then hanging above are a bunch of plushies. The plushies are marked with 3 tickets apiece, and the figurines are marked with 2 tickets apiece. And what you notice, actually, no, roll a perception check. You probably don't need to do this actually, but
Yeah, nerd. Roll a perception check.
wouldn't be
Maybe I
good.
do. That's a fat 8.
Oh, yeah,
You
they look like
saw-
little heroes, you know, and they're like posed different ways. It's kind of tough to see because they're like a little far back. Like, you know, they don't put them right up in the front because they don't want people to like be swiping them. But they look like little characters in various poses. The plushies are a little easier to see, and you see some that look like elves, some that look like a warforged, uh, silver dragonborn.
Right on. All right. Well, what are the games we got here?
Okay, we can play one more. Norm will tell you that there are uh, a few more games left. For those who are the one right next to you, which is like this sort of sealed off purple tent, because
Rain
it's
game.
super dark. No, not since the accident. No more crane game. I'm gonna make a note though. Okay.
So you can create a backstory for the accident.
um, inside that purple tent, there is Dance Dance Revolution, which is great for performers. Up towards the top there, kind of tough to see. You have to like pass through there, but there is a climbing wall for those who are like have some good endurance, some good stamina.
Hell yeah.
And and then across the way, there is this like sad old little wizard, and he has like this sort of like Rubik's cube in front of him spinning, but like no one's over there, no one's bothering to play his game or crowding around. He looks very sad. He has like one of the smallest little stalls. It's like right there, kind of to the left and then down a bit. This tiny little tent. Um, but that's another spot. So, DDR, Rubik's cube thing, and a climbing wall. And you guys can
Mr. Owl, if you're gonna follow us around, why don't you pick?
uh,
My name's Everett East.
He was
um,
Tiny Gazelle Man.
I mean, as someone who can fly, I would choose the climbing wall.
Yeah.
Is-
Fuck your games.
I'd like to see Norm do the climbing wall as well.
All right, climbing wall. Okay, you go to the climbing wall, and it is like obviously it's a wall, has some vines on it and stuff, but they're very weak vines. You can clearly see that there are little notches and things to kind of climb up. Some are different sizes, easier handholds and footholds than others. It's pretty tall. This is even taller than the bell ringing strength test. This will yeah, this will be a little bit of a challenge. The guy that's running it is a wood elf of all things, who he's very skinny and scrawny, but he has like just giant arms, like just arms, and you can kind of tell he has like a couple weights next to him. Like while he's sitting here waiting for people, you can tell he's like just working on biceps, so they're just like they're massive, but he's like
Just a show
nothing else.
muscle.
Tiny little legs, tiny little waist, skinny chicken neck, you know.
He skips leg day.
He's a drumstick.
He skips everything else day. Yeah, he's like, but he's like, welcome guys to the climbing wall. You wanna give it a chance? You feeling up to the challenge? And he like kind of flexes for you, like seeing if you comment on his arms at all.
Why are you making that face?
What face? What is this face?
Is this
That's the
face
look
weird?
of satisfaction, brother.
I need to work on my social cues, I think.
Do you think you got what it takes to climb this wall? He like points to it, flexes as best he can.
Mr. Owlman?
Like, do I think he should try the wall? Yeah, absolutely.
Are you gonna try the wall?
I think he's asking if you would try the wall.
I could try the wall. Sure.
All right. Well, step right up. And he is watching you closely. He can tell you're a bird, and so he's like, no funny business.
All right. So I'll like pin my wings against my back as much as I can.
So this game is gonna work a little differently. You don't have to roll yet. You
Okay.
start climbing, and it's pretty easy at first. You know, I'm guessing you've climbed things before. About a third of the way up, the elf yells up to you. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, some of those handholds are illusory, so be careful. And so now you get to a point, and you have two possible directions you can go, like grip wise. You can go to the left or to the right. Which one are you gonna pick?
1 second. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
That's perfect. All right. You look up and you notice that the one to the right is definitely sparkling.
All right. I will go to whatever one is not sparkling.
You left
At
and
least not
you
with
climb up
illusory
effortlessly.
magic.
You hear a little clap down there, like he's happy for you. And it's pretty easy for you. You see all the sparkling ones, you know to avoid them. And you're getting pretty close to the top. You're getting a little tired though. Why don't you just do one, it'll be a pretty low DC because you're not really exhausted or anything. One con save to make sure that
Okay.
you're still doing okay.
I will. Can I take that using? I want to use my Flash of Genius skill to improve my check.
Sure.
I think using Detect Magic could kind of play into that as like, yeah, I've got this figured out.
Okay. Yep.
So I'll roll a con check. Wait, not a concentration check. So 21 plus 5 is 26.
You're barely breaking a sweat, and you proudly get to the very top, and you perch yourself up there.
Sweet.
And you see from down there, my man, nice work. And he's already fishing out a ream of
I'm still
tickets
here.
for you. He's so okay. He's so high up we can't even see him anymore.
Yeah.
How do you descend? Anything spectacular?
I mean, I can fly, so I'll just do a big old
Just
flip
flutter
off
on
the top
down.
and land gracefully.
And as you do, he hands you 3 tickets.
Helga will also do climbing.
Okay. Let me.
You want to do a race?
Is there room for us to race?
Sure. Let me figure out your 3 places where there's illusory things for each of you. Okay, because you're gonna go side by side, so you're grabbing at different things. But yeah, all right. So you both start climbing side by side. He'll only take 1 token. He wants to give up a token.
What's your
For your
climbing
race.
speed, Andrew?
My climbing speed? Is that a thing?
It is.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Let me
I
see.
think it's usually half your movement speed, I think.
So if it's half, then it would be either 25 or, I mean, it's 27 and a half would be. So 25, probably.
We're gonna fuck her.
You climb me? Let me see if
Yeah.
I have an ability.
Don't forget
a
the
f-
illusory ledges, guys and lady. He's still striking poses.
I don't know how smart Gazelman is, but how does not pick it up on that?
I am 5 out of 10. I'm regular smart.
Who's the faster?
Yeah, I go 45.
Okay. So what's gonna happen, Helga, is if you do both have to tie, like if you guys all pass your con saves getting up there, unless some of you are gonna detect magic it or something, you will automatically win because you're faster. You'll be a hair ahead.
I mean, are we doing dashes and things like that? Is that how you're calculating yours, or is that just for one action? 45 feet.
Just one action.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I don't have like a unless we're doing that stuff.
Is there anything that
and a swim
any of
speed
you want to
equals
do
my movement speed.
to make this easier or better? Any ideas?
Mm,
I don't think how much Helga would cheat.
I can just make myself faster. Yeah. I guess it's a special ability. So I can use my feline agility, and I can go 50. I guess.
Oh. So does that mean that you're going to be the tiebreaker?
And that's just a special ability, so it's not like a bonus action or anything. I think that's
As long as you spend your turn at the top of the wall motionless, then you can use it again.
Yep.
Turn this off.
No,
that's
no, that's Trump.
that's all I have.
No, I'm just gonna ride. Okay.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
just be feline.
All right. On your marks, get set, go. And you both spring up on those first few ledges before anything is illusory or magical, and you are just like neck and neck climbing, you know, both of you make it look effortless. And you start to get to a point where you're like halfway up, and you again reach a crossroads. You barely have time to think. You have to make a choice instantly. Left or right for each of you. Which one are you picking?
Right.
I also pick right.
Both of you are safe, and you grip it tightly, and you throw yourself up again, and you're climbing, and you're climbing, and you get to the next point. You grab, and you're on different sides, by the way, so your illusory things aren't going to always be the same.
I'll go right. I'll go right
Left or
again.
right.
I'm also going right again.
And you both whiff it. You were so confident that your hand just passes right through, and you start to lose your balance. I need a con save from each of you.
Okay. Save.
Dude,
Well,
I am rolling
17
so bad.
total.
But a 9.
A
Rolled
9? Oh no, Helga. With a 9, you.
So as I begin to fall,
Okay, sure.
I also have a hover speed that I
Okay.
can activate. So you see a flock of birds come over,
It's erupting from the
Yeah.
nearby trees.
like I'm a Disney princess, and they all just kind of latch onto me and save me from falling.
Okay.
And one of the birds
clever.
come out of Norm's compartment, just like
Yeah.
it bursts open and just.
What? That was there the whole time?
Oh wow!
I can do
It was
that
once an
3
egg
times.
that you grabbed and put in there.
So
You've inadvertently incubated it in your
Hatched
warm
over
metal.
time.
Yeah. All right. That saves you, Helga. I will say this: you were just a hair behind him, though, so you are going to need
Yep.
something on this next one. All right. You get to your last crossroads. Which one are you going to pick?
I'm going left.
Right.
Okay. You both hit the you both hit the illusory once again. You were just so caught up in the competition. You're not thinking straight. You're not trusting your instincts, and you whiff it again. The DC is higher now for it, so you have to get a 15 or more to save because you already whiffed it once.
Do you want me to roll again, or?
Yeah, no, this is a different one. Roll again.
Nope.
Did you actually have
I'm
a
saying,
flock of
'cause I-
birds save you on the last one, or was
I
it
did.
just
Yep.
a hover? Because if I see you get that advantage, then I'm ready to help his character with my flying ability.
I got an 8, so
Birds
he may
of a
need to do
feather.
it.
Oh, you have an 8? Are you done? Oh, okay. Yeah, so
I don't think I have anything that.
maybe as the birds, after they kind of lifted her, they have to fly somewhere, so they're kind of flying up, and they sort of disorient you a bit, and you start to plummet to the ground. And it's almost like the wood elf has been waiting to show off like this. So he gets ready, and he braces himself with these massive arms to catch you. Meanwhile, Helga, you survive and you gracefully throw yourself up onto the top.
Can I swoop in and grab Andrew's character right before the muscle man does and embarrass him?
You would do that to him?
My hero.
Yeah, you do. You swoop in, and there is this sort of tender moment as you take a knee, cradling this very tall gentleman. How tall are you again, Andrew?
Like 6'6", but I'm probably like
He's-
160 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So just like draped over you. And there's this tender moment when you're looking into each other's eyes. Do you say anything?
Thank goodness that guy's legs definitely couldn't have caught me.
I agree.
And the guy is just like he's like hitting the ground with his fist, and it kind of like shakes the tiles a bit. And he's like, all right, good job, guys. That was well done." And then he holds up the 3 tickets that go to Helga. Now at this point, Samantha,
That was also a token, right?
you only burned 1 token. I don't know whose token I scribbled out, but right now I have Everett has 1 for the race. Yeah,
Okay.
because he liked the idea. So
You can
Everett
take
has
mine.
1 token, I think. Helga has 2 tokens. Norm has 1 token, and then Widget has 0. But 4 tickets or 3 tickets.
I'll get my token. I'll get him to 1.
So Samantha rushes. If I can grab her. Oh no, I made her invisible, right? Sorry, DM or GM layer. I'm still learning how that works.
Gum layer.
All right, Samantha also watched that, and she is really impressed. Oh, great job, guys! You're gonna be so handy to have around here. We have a lot of big attractions that need work done, and the fact that you guys can climb so well is gonna be very useful to us. Now, something has come to our attention. I think we have your first official assignment, but it looks like, and she kind of points to Helga's hand that I'm guessing is gripping the tickets. You have some tickets to cash in, so why don't you hurry on up, head on over there, and grab some prizes, and meet me back up here at the front of the statue. And she's gonna go back to the front of the statue.
Is there an animal that I know that Samantha, is that her name?
Yeah.
She makes me think of Ashley from The Boys.
Oh God, I didn't think about that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
One's actually.
She's the
Like the assistant.
the
assistant to the PR
replacement
person.
manager.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's the redhead. Yeah, I'll go catch some surprises. Is there an animal that I know that Samantha does not like?
No, you have no idea.
Okay.
Samantha's like all work. So she barely recognizes the animals are around doing things because they don't really do much for the park. She appreciates your animals as long as they can keep using that as a free petting zoo for the kiddos that show up.
There you go.
But that's about the extent of what she cares about animals.
Those are her favorite ones. The ones that make her money.
All right, so you go up to the prize table, and there's like a sweet old lady there, and she's like, "Oh, you guys are back. You didn't talk to me before. You just kind of looked at the gifts, and I was gonna say something, and then you just ran off again."
We didn't have any tickets.
Why are you trying to guilt trip me?
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just
You
I'm just
hate us?
overlooked by a lot of people. It's just part of getting old, they say.
I
But
could
we
make
didn't have
you
any
Stop
tickets.
getting older if you want.
Why are you assholing us?
She does not realize you're threatening her, and she considers it for a second, and her eyes kind of light up for the first time in 40 years, and she's like, You know a cure to all this?" And she holds up her palsied hands.
Yes, it is the great embrace of death. Shall soon greet it either way.
And she puts her palsied hands down again. I see. I'm not so scared of death anymore. I've lived a long life, a good life. I didn't think I would ended up here behind a prize counter on an island, but
What is up with this lady? She never shuts up.
I know, I kind of want to suplex her.
she
It's not about you.
she sits down, and She kind of like just grabs one of the stuffed animals and kind of just like holds it sadly while you guys eye the prizes.
Which plushie did she grab?
She grabbed one that was a silver dragon.
Damn.
Dragonborn. Sorry.
Helga will slap down her tickets on the counter.
All right. 7
And
tickets.
give me 1 plushie and 2 weird statue things.
1 plushie. Okay, for 3. And then, yep, doing the math. Do you want it to just be a random draw?
She'll choose the Warforged for the plushie
Okay.
because it kind of reminds her of Norm.
Okay.
You are my best friend.
So
I
you
give
are
the
gonna
biggest
write,
animal to chew up and destroy.
and as she hands this to you, she does tell everybody. Now, just so you guys know, we discontinued some of these prizes. So we followed the original founders' plans for them, their design, and they have various enchantments that the higher ups have decided are not safe for children. So these are still those original models. So just be very careful with them. They do some special things at least once. So here you go. And so you now have a Teth plushie. And this one actually was the hardest one for me to decide how it would work. It's interesting. It's like it almost comes in like an inflatable like beach ball sort of thing. Like you can take the plushie out and put it back in, but it has like
Okay.
this translucent like inflatable ball around it. And there's the little Warforged plushie there. And you don't know what it does.
Okay. She wasn't listening anyway. This
Okay.
little bro.
But there is for the
This lady
plushies,
never stops talking.
there is like a little tag, like those things to activate, on stuffed animals where you pull it out and then it has a voice or whatever. So
There's
but-
a snake in my boot.
yeah.
What do you consider a kid? How old?
Oh, I would say these are probably dangerous for anyone under 18.
Oh, good. I'm 19, so that works out.
Oh, look at you. Growing up so quickly. Just savor the years, boy. They go by so
don't know me
fast.
at all. You don't know me at all. This is the first time we've met.
I've known men like you. She kind of gives you a sour look. And then
What a combative party. We're the worst.
This is assholes.
We just hate grandmas.
This poor old lady's like, you're just gonna find her floating in a lake or something.
They're right.
Okay. So a Teth plushie, you want 2 figurines. Do you want random ones, or do you want to? I mean, you don't know these characters, but you can see that there is a Yanti pureblood, which I guess look like a person mostly. A bard character, and there are 2. There are like 2 of each of these things, right? So there's like 2 versions, and they have different poses. There's an half orc barbarian. You see a couple figurines there. There's this is the Warforged guy. You can do the whole collection and clean out the Warforged.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's just do that.
All right. So the one figurine is it's just smaller than the plushies, right? These are like little action figure kind of things. Is just the Warforged praying, and then the other one, it's holding a little sword that when you press a button on the back, it doesn't activate the full-blown whatever, but like the sword does start to like heat up like red. It like lights up a bit. But again, there are little tags that you saw on the plushie that are like behind the neck, that if you feel like if you were to pull that, you would get the full magical effect of the item.
Gotcha.
And I'll just mark down that you have all these.
One was praying and the other one was doing what?
Holding like a sword that's like glows red. I think that's what the thing is. I gotta look up the description for that one. So all your tickets are gone. Let's keep going. Norm, you have 4 tickets. Remember,
I
there's
do have 4 tickets.
action figures. There's also like 1-ticket prizes. There's a 3-ticket plushie.
Yeah, I'll go with 1 random plushie and 1 random single ticket bin item.
Okay. Single ticket bin item. Okay. Do me a favor. I'm just gonna have you roll for it, so I don't have to decide.
Great.
Is this really my better list? Here's my better list. Okay. Okay. Roll a roll a d8 for me.
4 isn't bad.
1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting prize. You don't have to inflate it yet, but you have a Welly World balloon, and
Okay.
and yeah, a Welly World balloon,
Just like a
and the old lady.
single uninflated balloon.
But the old lady will tell you, these balloons are actually they're really, really helpful. For whatever reason, they are particularly buoyant, and I don't know. For me, where mobility's a little tough, it does kind of help you get around a little bit. Makes you a little lighter on your feet.
It's great.
How
All
old
she
are
talks
you?
about this herself.
I am 89.
I'm
Tomorrow's my 90th
642.
birthday. Oh my. Well. Oh, so you were around during the height of the Crane game, weren't you? I remember when there were Crane games as far as the eye could see.
I loved the Crane game, and I still do.
Didn't we all?
The Crane game actually is the only thing that elicits any type of emotion, positive or negative, for Norm. Everything else is very stasis. And the Crane game is like the one spark, the one glimmer behind the eyes that he has.
Aw.
And then 1 plushie, please.
1 plushie. For this one, let's see, this one's gone. Okay, roll a d4.
3.
3. This is a very interesting plushie that you received. So, and she kind of demonstrates to you. She has a little bit of trouble because she shakes, her hands shake. But she's like, "Oh, I love
course.
this one. He's so adorable. It is a plushie of an elf druid, and it has a little zipper, and you can like invert it. Like those like butterfly stuffed animals. It's like a caterpillar, and you can invert it, and it's a butterfly. It's like that, but it
Yeah.
becomes a tree instead. So it's a tree, or you reverse it again, and it's back to this little elf druid plushie.
That's so good.
So that's what you have.
Eric plushie.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Let's see. Everett, you have 3.
I think so. There are 4. I got 3
You have
plus.
4? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
What
Relock?
are the plushies available?
You see a few plushies, and she'll go, and it takes her a little bit of time, right, to like fish them down from the hooks, and you think like she kind of wobbles a little bit on her footstool as she gets them down for you. The fact that you want to see all of them is a little frustrating for her and her old bones. But
Oh,
she
just do
puts
your
down in
job. It's
front
not
of
a problem.
you. She puts down in front of you a half orc barbarian plushie, and it's kind of like it has its hammer and it's sort of like kneeling like this, and it has a little tag, of course. But if you squeeze its hand, you start to hear like a whispering. And you almost think like the voice box is broken, but you hear like a whispering sound, like it's coming from some ethereal being. Or there is a Yanti pureblood bard, and this one, when you can like this is kind of weird, but you can unzip its head, and its head is filled with like little tiny toys, like lots of little toys, and you can take the little things out of his head. You can take like one thing out of his head. You take all the things out of his head. You can put him back in a little again.
Extra present.
Yep. And then what else we got? Oh, and then of course you have this this plushie. That's a silver dragonborn, and when you squeeze it, a red and orange foam ball pops out of its mouth.
I'll take the one with the extra prizes inside.
Okay, so you now have a Brackle plushie.
How big are these plushies?
Uh,
Pretty big?
Yeah, sizable plushies. I would
Okay,
say.
all right.
You could still I think they're just small. If you could fasten them to your belt or something, they can dangle there.
Oh no, I'm looking for the biggest plushie I can find.
Oh well, the biggest plushie is probably the Teth plushie. That one was pretty sizable, and it had the weird force field thing, with the beach ball around it. So that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, let me get that plushie.
Oh, you have one more though.
Oh,
Everett.
yeah. One of the
Do you want
little
you want a
things.
little dinky thing?
Yeah.
Do you want to also because these I have endless numbers
I'll
of
just
these.
I'll just do it randomly, so you don't have to on
Okay.
this one.
Pick a number 1 through 8.
1 through 8.
Yep.
I'll
We'll
roll
for it.
this one.
Okay. 4. Oh, that's what we had last time.
Let me
Roll
redo
again.
it.
Yeah, I don't want you to have another balloon.
Ooh, 8 out of 8. How about that?
8. This this is kind of an interesting one. It is a book, like a Where's Waldo book, and on the front there is a sea elf like this, and in comment it's written "Where's Arvantis?" You don't
Yes.
quite know who that is or what the book's about, but as you open the pages, it kind of you sort of feel like you kind of lose yourself a bit as you're looking at the pages. Like it gets kind of quieter around you, like you're kind of in a slight trance as you painstakingly try to find this sea elf that's not there in any of these pictures of big groups of people. He's gone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's your book.
Where's our van? Add custom item.
All right. 3 tickets. You want a plushie then?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Are you talking to him still or me?
No, you. Yeah, he burned through his
On second thought, let me take the barbarian.
the barbarian plushie.
Yep.
Okay. It's the one, when you squeeze, it starts to whisper strange things. I'll make a note of that. That one's gone too. This one's gone too. Okay. Yep, still lots of things there, but you don't really have enough time to pay attention to all of them because Samantha blows a whistle to get your attention, and you look over there, and she's like ushering you along to join
Seems
her
rude.
back there. She's not rude; she's productive.
Whatever to get us away from this old lady.
So,
What?
do you guys answer her call?
Yeah, I'll go walk over and say, "Why do you make loud noise?
I'll speed right over. Yeah.
Okay.
It frightens the animals."
I'm so sorry, Helga. It's just we have something important that's sort of come up. It seems that one of our attractions, one that's pretty close by, it's the night merry-go-round. It's a cute thing. Lots of little nightmares, like the little horses, fiery horses. You get to kind of ride in a circle. Well, it seems that according to one of the mechanics that works there, 4 of the horses are missing, and we don't know where they are. And at this point, this man, Aldrich, comes up. I know you wouldn't know his name, I guess, now. But he's, besides the fact that Barlos has used his this image before for, I don't remember who it was, but I remember this popping up. But I didn't care.
Who?
I just needed someone to look pretentious. This guy, Aldrich.
This guy right here.
You could, yeah, you used him before. It was a smaller character. It was like a teacher of somebody else in the
Andrew.
past, like a nurse teacher
Oh,
or something.
yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it the guy who Fitzgerald's character?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It could have been Everistus. Yeah.
Aberystus, yep.
This is his great 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 grandson.
And they're here, and you see this sort of handsome gentleman in like steampunk gear, and Aldrich goes, "I'm telling you, Valentin, it's those damn locals. They've stolen the horses. I know it, and they're keeping them locked away in that little shanty town of theirs. I suggest that we go and burn the whole place down." And Valentin's like, "No, Aldrich, no, relax. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation, and it looks like we have some people who are eager to get involved here on the island that are willing to help us." And Samantha is kind of nodding, like, yes, these are the people. Valentin will say, well, my name is Valentin Wellerby. I am related to the gentleman who started this island quite a long time ago, and I've taken it up myself to launch it, and I'm very excited to have you guys here. Aldrich kind of like eyes them up, and he looks at Helga for a long time, especially because he doesn't seem to like locals, and he's sort of scowling at her attire and all that.
Yeah, she's given him a stank eye after he was talking down about locals.
Valentin will carry on. Samantha can give you more details, but we would really like it if you can go and investigate this night merry-go-round and see if you can figure out what may have happened to our missing horses. We can't really. It's not terribly operational. The balance is all off. Like, we really need those pieces of the machinery returned. And of course, you'll be rewarded. We'll throw in a bonus if you can get them back in one piece and clear this up quickly. And that reminds me. And he'll like sort of snap at Samantha and point to Helga, and Samantha's like, oh yes, and she'll pull out like a contract and flip it around to face you. Oh, you can't read. Oh God.
Perfect.
I'll translate.
Okay, in sign language. So Samantha will
Yeah.
kneel down to Norm, or unless Norm wants to do his little thing where he like rises again to like read
Sure.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It takes like 7 minutes, but it just like very slowly.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Let
Hold
him do
on.
that.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Nice.
Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. And so as Norm starts to read it and doing this, Valentin will also explain. It's like, Helga, I understand that you are a little bit perturbed that we've been bothering you, and I do think that we can live here on this island in peace, and I think that it would be wonderful if you could help us out around here. If you lend us your strengths instead of working against us, I will promise you that I will ensure that no visitors ever come near you or your animals, and you can live in peace and solitude. You have my word.
He will
So you-
successfully translate everything except for the word perturbed. He does not know what that means.
So I help you find horses, and then you will leave island.
Oh, well, it's not quite like that.
But you said you'd leave me in peace. So you leave, I'm in peace.
Yes, well, there's a lot of sort of forested area over there. It can be all yours, Helga. Every last little bit of it. Most of our attractions are already set up. We just need to create some pathways to them, and we will circumvent your entire property.
Do not like this word attractions. I want people to go away, not come.
Helga,
Also, forest
I,
does not belong to anybody. Forest does not belong to Helga.
Samantha comes over there and holds her clipboard up and whispers something to Valentin. And Valentin says, Helga, I've heard that you have a fondness for different kinds of coins. Is that right? Currencies
this
and things?
Is this a joke? Helga does not find joke funny.
Well, I'm just saying, coins are made out of some beautiful, pretty, shiny stones, and with my vast fortune, I also have quite the antique coin collection. It's yours. We can return the coins to the earth if you like.
Could I return you to Earth afterwards?
And then the old lady walks by, finishing her shift. She goes, "We all return to the earth in the end." As she trudges off.
If I have all of this money, can I pay people to leave me alone?
And he looks over at Aldrich, who is just scowling, like is not happy with any of this, and he's like getting hot out here because he insists on dressing up really, really well, and looks over at Samantha, and Samantha's just like nodding her head. It's like, of course, Helga. People do lots of things for money. If you want to send them away, I'm sure they'll happily take bribes, and I will fund your briberies to give you the peace that you want on this island.
Right, I will go find your horses.
Thank you so much. And it's like, and now if you'll excuse me, I have business to attend to. And he'll walk away. Aldrich will kind of stare at you once more, do like a and then turn on his heels and keep walking. And Samantha will say, thank you so much for that, Helga. I knew you'd understand. Such a considerate woman. I look up to you.
Oh, kiss my ass sometime later, woman.
Samantha frowns. Yes. Anyway, if you guys would all follow me, we probably should. As much as I don't want to listen to Aldrich and his worries about the locals, it might be good to first start there. There is a shanty town of sorts called Brightshore, just across the bay. So, if you follow me, do you follow her to the ferry boats?
I'm contracted to be here, so I have to follow
Yes,
you.
You don't have a choice. Actually, you all
Yeah.
are now. Like, you're all employees.
And I follow Norm wherever he goes.
Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to sign this contract or not, but absolutely not signing anything.
That's okay. They were just happy that you agreed to do this. They figured they can work out the paperwork later.
You
It's
see on the
Samantha's
bottom of the
organized.
contract, every time this contract, it's the same contract that they use every time for every new person. Every time it's presented, Norm signs it again. So there's like 13 Norm signatures on the bottom of this contract,
Oh my
among
God.
other names.
Love it. That's great. All right. So you guys get on this little ferry boat, and it's gonna take you. If we jump back to that map, the main map. If I move the party ribbon back to the main map, do you guys see it?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Even though there's no characters on here, good. So you're gonna kind of go this way, like just right across this little bay area. Unless there's anything else you wanted to look at in the plaza, like not the games, but if there was anything else you wanted to see, you'll be heading
No.
there.
I don't think so.
Totally fine.
How long will that
So
trip
yeah, you hop
take?
on this ferry boat, and it kind of takes you across this little cove. It's very quiet, this cove. And so the waters are pretty still, pretty relaxing, smooth sailing. Do you guys talk about anything on this, like, I don't know, let's just say it's like 25 minutes to clear that gap or something like that?
As soon as we start going, as soon as we get on the boat, I'm gonna run off and just kind of sit in a corner by myself, and I'm gonna get that plushie out and start tinkering.
Oh, okay. Do you have any way of identifying?
Rebecca.
No. I'm going to craft my steel defender out of it.
Okay. Out of plushie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a little plushie defender. Except I'm gonna actually put a glaive in its hand because I'm not a big fan of the hammer.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. Yeah, you can start working on that. I don't know if you'd finish it for this ferry ride, but that could
Well,
be
I'm
something
gonna
you're
finish
beginning
it
to work
before I
on.
get off the boat. That's all I know.
Are you really? Okay. You were fast. 25 minutes? I guess
No,
if you just shut
it could
everybody
take
else
45,
out, you
but
can-
I'm I'm
You're
gonna
not
work
going
on it till
out.
it's done. If I
Fair.
hold everybody up, that's happening.
That's fair.
He just rides
Um,
back on the ride back and then rides
Yeah.
back again.
Yeah.
2 additional
Yeah.
trips.
Where'd they go?
I do need to cast Find Familiar too, so that would give me time. I'll just take 2 trips back and forth.
There you go. You said we
Alright.
have 25 minutes?
Yeah, I would say it's like not a tremendous amount of time, but it's a. But you're just sitting there with one another.
I am going to so I, as a 250 plus year old robot, or 650 plus, large gap there, can't even remember what I said earlier. Old. But Everett is super young, right? 19? Or was he lying about
No,
that?
yeah,
Is he younger?
he's 16.
Okay. I would like to I have attached to Everett. He seems to follow me where I go, and nobody else really does that on the island. So I would like to take my boat ride to Ritual Cast Ceremony, and give him a coming of age boon for the next 24 hours.
This again?
Coming of age boon.
Oh yeah.
What is
Okay,
that?
this is at least the
I
second
touch
time
one
you've done that.
humanoid who is a young adult for the next 24 hours. Whenever the target makes an ability check, it can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the ability check. A creature can benefit from this right only once. So for 24 hours, you get a d4 to every ability check you roll.
Nice. Awesome. How is that? How does that manifest, I guess?
So the first 7 minutes it's just going to be Norm moving up to your height because he's 3'3", so he has to enlarge his body 3 extra feet, 3 feet and 3 inches up to your eye level, and that's gonna take the first 10 minutes of the trip. If we're being honest, he's just standing in front of you, very slowly rising up to your level.
I'll wait.
And then his hands kind of like, because they're just clamps. They're just like those claw like grabber toys.
Mhm.
They're like Lego hands essentially. They're gonna flip inwards, so the claw hands will go into his arms, and then like little nodes, like little balls, will flip out, and he'll put those nodes like up to the sides of your temples, and they just feel nice and warm, and comforting, and you just see like a series of moving images in your head of like Norm's childhood, like what he considers his adolescence to be, and so he's like trying to like lead by example.
Okay.
But it's just him like guarding a door, or like guarding a bridge. It's like 10 minutes of him showing you scenes of him
Standing different
guarding.
places.
Yeah, it's just him, and they're all roughly in the same location. So it's him just like guarding a building, like different parts of one building. And he doesn't say anything. He just like assumes that you understand what he's telling you, which is nothing. It's zero information whatsoever. And then he'll just kind of like he'll sign "You're welcome," which you don't understand, and then just slowly start going back down. So for the next day, you can add a D4 to all of your ability checks.
A lot more nudity than I thought would be there. And then
Clothes don't fit me.
I'll sprout a little peach fuzz on my upper lip from it. Nice. Sick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Norm.
And that's going to take all 25 minutes. That's going to take it's a long time.
You're just like, no, don't talk. Don't say anything.
Wait. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Almost there.
So, all right, disembark.
What's Helga doing?
She's seasick.
Oh, Helga.
Oh.
This is the part of nature she doesn't really like too much.
Yeah, she hates the sea. That's why she doesn't want people eating fish.
She's okay. She's okay swimming, but the boat and the motion doesn't work for her.
Okay. Well, you carry on. Like I said, it's pretty peaceful here. And as you approach this other shoreline, this is very, very different from the plaza and that sort of like main drag of Welly World. This is truly a shanty town. Like there are lots of houses, sort of like leaned up and all that. Some are look a little nicer. Like it's not like this place was like just erected recently for a temporary living arrangement. Like some of these places look like they've been there for a while, but it still has this feeling of like it was never meant to be forever. It's like a temporary sort of like living area. And so you show up here, and here's like a small piece of Bright Shore. Okay, so obviously many more houses than this, but it's right up there. It hugs the coastline. You see like fishing boats and things like that. A lot of locals are here sort of milling about. Some of them are wearing like things that are clearly like symbolic of Welly World, like they work, but they choose to live here, or they must have family here because you see them talking to like their spouses who are not dressed in Welly World attire. But yeah, you see people milling about, and you've arrived. They kind of everyone sort of looks at you because some of you are decked out in armor and things. I mean, we have that katana and that trench coat. Like you definitely look like outsiders. But they're not necessarily afraid of you. Like you can tell even looking around them, even though they're all locals here, they're all very different. Like different races, different peoples, different fashion sense, even though I just copy and pasted the same icon of man and woman over and over again. Just ignore that fact. It's an eclectic, diverse group.
Ma'am, woman.
Well, I
And
can
then
see
up
one person who's really in trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Up ahead here, and you hear a little bit of commotion, and you'll hear just like, just tell us what you do with the horses. We know you like to tinker with things. You got them in there? And he's like, and the wife is like, please, my husband does not know what you're talking about. We didn't take anything. A likely story. They're kind of like pushing him a little bit, sort of trying to get past.
I can't move my token.
God. Okay. Then you're gonna
Always
watch
the
this.
first thing you want to hear.
You're gonna watch them get killed. I dragged your fresh token there though. Hang on.
I couldn't move in the other place.
Oh, you
either.
couldn't? I'm so sorry. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna fix this for you. I got this now.
I didn't want to bother you. We're having a fun time.
Yeah, but this will be okay. Controlled by Andrew. Save settings, and then I'm gonna do the thing where I set it that I
I can
learned.
move.
Edit, set token. Use selected token. Save changes. Okay, let me erase your token. I know you can move it right now, but let me just make sure this works. So I'm gonna erase it. Drag a fresh one. Can you move that one?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Everett is gonna run up here and start pushing the guy that the guards are pushing. Yeah, tell us where the horses are. Come on. Listen there.
The guards are kind of like surprised by you, but they're sort of nodding and like, yeah, that's right, that's right. You newbie?
One could say I've dabbled in law enforcement.
Ah, well, you do well with security with us. We'll put in a good word for you. What's your name? He's kind of talking to him while he's still like pushing the guy and being kind of a general dick.
Name's Everett East. Don't forget it.
Everett doesn't really strike a lot of fear or intimidation, though, does it?
What do you know? Start pushing the guard.
Okay. This other guard is going to grab you by the arm. Like, what do you think you're doing?
I was helping you guys.
Norm is going to intervene here. Do I know anybody outside of Samantha? I don't know how far you want to push, like me
Yeah,
just being.
They know you. I would think that they would even
Okay.
recognize you.
Okay. Also, like, no pressure to extend that past where you're comfortable either. I don't want to like game the system by just like being the oldest employee of Wally World.
No, I think it's fine because they don't
or
necessarily
Welly
respect
World.
you or anything. Like you're kind of just
They
like
just
you're
know
sort
Fair.
of part of the environment at this point.
More of a negative than a positive, I assume. Yeah, Norm will come up and he'll say he'll say he just got off the boat today. Remember the first rule.
Could we forget the first rule?
Yeah.
Norm, thank you for reminding us.
First rule.
Always be polite to people off the boat. where did I where did I write it? I wrote it down. But yeah, you know what's it's great to have that reminder, Norm. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Also, why are you pushing this other man?
It's
Well, we
fine.
have-
Work.
Well, we have reason to believe that this family here might have been responsible for stealing the horses on the night merry-go-round. And the other guard's like, "Yeah, look what their daughter was playing with." And he pulls out a small toy horse. Suspicious, isn't it?
Norm starts pushing the guy.
Is that, is that how big they are on the Nightmare Cell?
Well, no, and there's a little more fire, but just seems awfully suspicious to me. And it's
they
like,
have-
please, just leave us alone. We don't want any trouble.
So if I have an action figure, that means that I kidnapped that action figure in real life?
They exchange glances. Is it a horse?
Why are you
Are
asking
we
so many
all
questions?
idiots?
Just, I don't know.
Are all of us the stupidest characters ever, except for Widget?
Yeah,
We're
Widget's smarter than
we're
all
still
of us put
working on a
together.
sword right now.
Yeah, but I'm just having fun watching.
Does the house look like a horse could even fit inside that building?
It
Let
looks like
alone
you have to kind of
four?
force it, and if you did, that front wall might fall down. So you would probably suspect that no, it's not in this house.
Helga will go up to the lady or the kid. I don't know what she is.
She's crying. The daughter's inside, like kind of watching through the window. Like her parents said, "Stay inside,
Okay.
don't come out and matter the commotion."
She'll go up to the mom and just say, "Look, it's all right. Just plead fifth. You'll be all right."
Oh, okay. The fifth then. And the guards go, "Oh!" And they're kicking the dirt, and they're like, not the fifth."
Shit.
All right. Well, we'll leave you alone for now. Maybe we missed some clues at the carousel site. But we have our eyes on you. And the other guard goes, "Yeah." And I can't move this. Hang on. He starts walking away. And the other guard goes, "Yeah. And I'm keeping this for evidence." And he has the horse and he just tucks it kind of like into a little pouch on his side, and he turns military style and starts to walk away.
Can I try to
You're gonna
sleight of hand
steal
that?
a. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Never mind.
I was also going to do that.
5 plus.
Can I? I don't know if it's going to help or not.
Mm.
Well, I'll see him go for it. I'll wait.
Okay.
What's the D4?
It is okay. Well, it's I have +5. D4 is 2, so I have +7, and then I rolled a natural 1.
As
So-
you do this, or do you want to say something else?
Yeah. So Helga, I was going to mage hand the plushie at the same time.
Okay.
So maybe I don't think it's going to help, but there's also an animal there, making it real obvious.
Is my
Here's what I'll do. As I almost said Brackle. As Everett goes to reach, he kind of trips a little bit. But thankfully, what animal is it this time? What is your mage hand animal? Is it a squirrel again?
It's gonna be Nibbles, the little flying squirrel.
Make it a
Okay.
sugar glider.
Yeah, I think it's a flying squirrel. So yeah, it'll glide over, and I will let you swipe it. but Everett, you're already kind of mid fall, and you just like perfectly cup one of his cheeks, like you just goose him as you're trying to grab it, and the guard stops, and he just turns around and looks at you.
Get out of here, pervert! I'm only 16.
He's very confused by that, and just thinks he imagined something, and just quickly hurries off over here. And the other guard's like, "What are you thinking?" He's like, "I didn't do anything," and they just like book it out of this town before anyone can ask them questions. All right, you now have a small pony figurine.
Do you see that
Is it-
squirrel
is-
saved me?
The squirrel's gonna fly back over to Helga with the plushie.
Mm-hmm. Not plushie. This is just a little toy.
Okay. And she will she'll go up to the daughter. And I guess is the window is it a window or is it just like an opening in the house?
It's just open. They don't
Okay.
have panes of
She
glass.
Helga's gonna walk over and hand the little girl the figurine.
You just made a big fan. She looks at you with a big smile. You're like the role model that every little girl needs. And she just holds it close and is like, "Thank you."
Don't lose again, little shit.
And then she'll like scurry back and like nodding and like, "Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for that," the mom says to you. That was very kind of you. They usually they leave us alone. I mean, we've been here longer than they have, but they like to accuse us of things. And not just us, all of us. And she'll like gesture around to all the people in all the different houses and stuff.
Why did they think it was you guys?
I don't think they just like us much here. I mean, we've been here since the beginning. Not us personally, but like um my husband's, and she'll gesture to him, who's still kind of just like staring off, watching the guards, making sure they leave, like trying to be protective of his house and family. My husband's great grandfather was actually here as part of the first crew, uh, working on the attractions. And the dad kind of snaps out of it, like, "Yep, he. I remember my pa telling me that Grandpappy was one of the ones that actually built that carousel, that night merry-go-round back in the day." I think things were better back then. I wasn't really alive for them, but uh, things were pretty good here from the start. Everything was full of promise.
What can you tell us about demon horses?
Demon horses. Well, it's a carousel of sorts. You sit on a horse. It's not actually a nightmare, right? That'd be a safety violation, I'm sure. But the mane glows with like a fiery light, and you ride the horses around, and you get to feel like a little demon lord. It's lovely. We thought the kids were really gonna enjoy it.
Well, actually horse, not actually horse demon.
Not actually what?
It's actually a horse. It's not a nightmare.
No, it is a nightmare. But it like glows. But it's a fake. I mean, it's mechanical. But they're not. I mean, they're pretty heavy. They're like over 100 pounds each. So I don't imagine anyone could very easily steal 4 of them like in one evening. And what
That
would you
old
even
lady.
do with mechanical horses?
Did anybody else here think there was actually real horses at stake here?
I gotta be honest, I did.
All right.
Oh,
Yes.
no, that would
Also,
be
I did.
that would be cruel. We wouldn't. I mean, even nightmares that are, I just know what the legends say. They're pretty scary, hellish things. It's no, we try to respect animals in our neck of the woods.
Rich
We're not
people
trying to
do weird
bother
things,
anybody.
though.
This is unfortunate. I could find animals very easily.
Oh well,
Can you talk to
sorry.
fake
I mean,
animals?
maybe an animal took the horse.
Hmm.
I don't know. Wild horses needed a
Yes.
friend. I'm not sure.
Am I familiar with the horses? Like, would I know what they look like
Sure.
off the dome?
Yeah, you know that they're mechanical horses. When they are like powered in this carousel, they light up. But besides that, they don't really move. Like they're on like a pole, so they can like bob up and down and stuff in typical carousel fashion. But
I am going to extend my 2 antennas that are on my canister in the back.
okay.
In very similar fashion to my body, they go very slowly. I'm a very old robot. So it's like 5 minutes of just these tiny little antennas just like going up in a
It's
V
okay.
formation.
Life
Maybe
goes pretty
well,
slow here. They're not rushing to do
Yeah.
anything.
This can be while that conversation is going on. He's just
Okay.
like preparing for this. And then you hear just one single pulse, just like a boop, just like a big beep
Okay.
that pulses out of Norm's antennas, and he is going to cast Locate Object,
What's the
centered
range
on
this pulse?
1,000 feet.
1,000
So
feet.
the whole town, as we can see it, in this
Okay.
area. So at
Um,
least we can eliminate the houses here if it doesn't ping anything.
right. You receive no pings back.
Dang. Well, they're not here.
That's
Oh.
what we try to tell them.
I say
wanna
we
go
just
in
give
the-
up and go home.
Guess the search is over. Can we? How far away are we from the night merry-go-round?
So very good. I'm so bad at judging this. You'll be walking there. It'll
Yeah.
probably take you, I would say, like, mm, the plan is they're gonna have a monorail or something, so people aren't gonna be walking this far. But I think you probably have like a couple hours hike if you don't have
Oh, okay.
nightmares of yourself, like 2 hours, maybe like an hour and a half to like go through the town and like you have to walk through some green space to like reach the site of the night merry-go-round.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a little ways. Let's say 1 hour. I'm trying to condense and not do much traveling, but I also want to make it still feel like there is something to this island.
Okay. Yeah. Like 3 hours. That's like a
Uh,
3 mile walk.
Okay.
Okay, so I have Locate Object. It lasts for 10 minutes. Uh, no, Norm is just gonna peace out and just like, first of all, I'm gonna conjure my steed.
Okay.
What does that look like?
So there you can't see this from at face value, but Norm also has a compartment on the bottom of his body. He's basically just a box with doors on every side of him. But you'll see him just like raise up, and another larger version of Norm just like grows out of the bottom of his body and just like unfolds like Transformers style. And where Norm's head would be is Norm's actual body.
Hmm.
And so it's just Norm on top of a larger Norm body. And that's his steed. So he will cast Find Steed, his one free use a day. And that is a 60-foot walking speed. And it can, I'll say it's okay. This spell is different than it was before. Oh, it comes with a stat block. So I have to pick Celestial, Fiend, or Fey. I'm a Paladin, so I'll go Celestial. Oh, I can heal once per long rest.
Oh,
Cool. Noted. I can heal somebody for 2d8 hit points once per long rest with my steed. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick pass around the city, I guess. If I can just kind of cruise around the border of the town for 10 minutes.
Yeah, as you're traveling around, you pass lots of people. Again, they some of them have seen you before. Some will kind of like wave politely at you. They think you're a nice guy, especially the ones that work at like the plaza, that see you around picking things up. Um, some of them will like see you coming by as they're like putting some trash into a can, and they'll look at you like thumbs up, like they're doing their job too, to not be litter bugs.
I will sign a thumbs up, like a double thumbs up, with my common sign language hands.
You see a lot of squalor, a lot of poverty, but you do not detect any pings. You can probably rest assured that this shanty town, Bright Shore, does not have any of the missing horses.
Deal. Yeah, I will come back.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
stupid robot man is back. Can we leave now?
Yeah, they've walked inside for dinner. Go back with your daughter. Make sure she's okay.
I come back and everybody's gone.
We're having dinner
Also,
inside with the
I
family.
should stress it is also like because you guys kind of arrived like sort of like late afternoon. It's like kind of evening. Like they think you can get this job done like this evening, like in the beginnings of the night.
Are these people still out?
Sure,
Can we go talk to them?
you can.
Hey, you guys have any idea who might have wanted to steal these nightmares?
So she kind of looks at her husband, like they share a knowing glance, and they're like, "Well, actually, no. You know what? Persuasion check it. Let's do something
Persuasion.
to see if you've earned her like, which again might not be like correct, but it is something that she's thinking about.
Got a 3 on my D4. Another natural 1. So 4.
She looks at the way you're dressed, and the husband kind of steps a little further, and he's like, is this man bothering you, honey? And she just kind of like, and he's like, sir, I'm gonna need you to back away from my wife.
All right. I'm out of ideas.
Have we talked to this lady up here yet?
You haven't. The one that's sort of just watching the water.
Yep, she's old.
Yeah, she looks old. I'm gonna. I like comparing ages. I'm just gonna walk up to her, ride up to her, still on my steed, I guess. And I'll just say, "Hello."
Oh, well, hello there, Norm.
Does she have a name?
Yeah, her name's Agatha.
Hi, Agatha. Cleaned up any good trash today?
Oh, you know I like to keep a clean house, Norm. And how about you? Find anything special?
I found an old coin today. I traded it in for this. And he takes up the deflated balloon.
Oh my god. Well, she sees that and it's like, well, isn't that special? What a nice gift, Norm. That looks so sweet. But an old coin. You're always digging up old stuff, aren't you? Have any of your memories come back yet?
No. I did show a
Oh.
lot of them to some other kid over there. It was like I was seeing them for the first time.
Isn't that so? Well, that's so nice. You taking care of the next generation, you know? That's our responsibility as the old ones here.
How old are you again?
I'm 89. Just like my twin. No, I'm kidding.
Bitch is your twin.
No, she's old. She's in her 80s. She could probably say something like, "Now, Norm, it's not polite to ask a lady her age."
Oh, My mistake.
You don't get it.
Nope.
Social norms, whatever.
We're looking for some horses.
Some horses. But isn't why do you need a horse when you have? And she'll point to the the other norm creepily beneath you, that's carrying you around.
Not for me to ride, for kids and other guests to ride.
Oh well, isn't that something? Well, I
Have you
hope
seen
you
any?
can- I have not seen many horses. Not in these
Hmm.
parts. Just a lot of fish. You know, birds. We live on the shoreline, Norm. We're not getting many horses.
Helga loves fish and birds. Doesn't like
Hel-
boats, though.
She hates fish, actually. Sorry, I was
Oh.
listening to your conversation.
Oh my! Is this the young boy you touched?
He did touch me. Yes, that is true.
It is. I
Not inappropriately, though.
Oh,
yes. I touched this young boy earlier on the high seas.
I see. And that's and did you touch Norm back?
No.
What is this conversation?
He touched my head, and I saw him standing around a bunch of buildings.
A bunch of
Well, actually, it was just
buildings.
one building in a bunch of different places.
One building. Well, isn't that something?
Yeah, it was interesting. And then I got this peach fuzz.
That is interesting. Well, it sounds like you have some horses to find, so don't let me keep you. And she'll turn away and go back to looking out at the sea and just
Thanks for not giving us any information. Let me know if you need me to pick up your trash tomorrow morning.
you got it, Norm.
Well, these people don't know anything out here.
Yeah. Norm is going to accept that there's nothing here.
Okay.
And he's just going to start rolling out of town. I'm going to
Alright.
just start moving this way.
Do the rest of you follow and leave Bright Shore for now?
I follow Norm.
I will
Follow Norm?
also follow Norm, but flying overhead.
Okay, great.
Helga, we're leaving.
Helga waiting for you this whole time.
Is that why you're staring blankly into space?
No, there's big bird out there.
Hmm?
No
Yeah,
one else
he-
see giant bird in the sky.
Yeah, he's with us.
No, not that one. There's bigger bird up there. There's no
All
bird
right.
up there.
Is there a bigger bird up there?
You
No.
continue on, and so it is like gonna be what I say, like an hour. It's like 3 miles or whatever, to head up to the night merry-go-round. And we'll say that you're not gonna find much conflict along the way. It's like a pretty well-worn path, and you could probably tell that since this has happened, there's been like some foot soldiers around, like doing their own unsuccessful investigations. So there's like a little bit of activity. But eventually you do reach this.
Beauty. I love these
In this-
maps.
In this clearing. This is mid-journey again. So you're here, and you see these two guys over here. One is a soldier, maybe doing some investigating, and he's like holding up like a spray bottle to the guy, and the guy's like, and he's like, I'm just playing with you. I won't hit you with it.
These guys are dicks.
Yeah, why are they such antagonistic guards? Just always picking on the townsfolk.
I'm gonna clean you.
What do you do? They are aware of you coming up, by the way. They see you, but
Mm-hmm.
For the carousel itself, Does it seem to be broken in any other way other than missing horses?
Go do an investigation check.
Can I assist him
Alright.
with that? Because I'm also interested in that.
Sure.
I mean, if we're gonna put our eggs into the investigation basket, I think that Norm is not the right person to lead this charge.
Well,
I think
my owl
above
is-
table, if Widget is interested, Norman would be like, "Go ahead, you go do it," because
My,
I have a -2 modifier.
Widget is a maintenance technician, so he would
Yeah.
be all over
Ooh.
this, looking for any
Okay.
extra damage, any sort of anomaly that sticks out about how these could be removed or operate or any of that.
Okay, 15. So yeah, so you notice that there are still nightmare like mechanical horses there. But 4 of them are in fact missing. You don't see anything else wrong with it. Um it does seem as though like maybe they snapped free of like the pole that was there, like it was snapped off. Like there's still like a kind of a dangerous thing when you think about it. It's like a broken sharp pike kind of like sticking up like maybe knee level in 4 places. Um Besides that though, with a 15, I will say that you also notice some burn marks. And they look like um it's like this burn marks. So you don't think like something exploded. Like you're looking around, you don't see like wires, you don't see or gears or whatever else would explode and make fire. This looks like something else burned it.
Can I make a survival
Well-
check and see if I can follow some tracks?
Sure.
Yeah, best roll all day. 14.
14. Yeah, I would say that at least as far as the tile goes, when you head north, you see a few more of these burn marks. But like once the stone becomes grass, I think you lose it with a 14. But it's generally heading up north, it seems.
Helga
we know-
thinks burning horses went this way.
Helga, what kind of stuff is up in the north side of the island?
I don't know. Why would I know?
Does he
She's
live here?
South side. It's like southeast.
I-
At least in my head, you were southeast.
I just assumed that she basically lived right where they start setting shit up at.
Yeah, you're pretty close to
So,
there.
so I don't know.
And these guys are kind of been like they've been following you. I'll say both of them are. And are they gonna meet you at the north? Is that where you are? And the guard's like,
Yeah.
can we help you folks?
Apparently not.
Are you here to investigate?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Did you notice there are 4 horses missing?
Helga thinks that she not smartest person, but in this situation, Helga thinks she's smartest person.
All right, well, if you're gonna go out there looking for them, and he kind of like looks at the sun, and it's like starting to set a little bit, like it is evening, right? He's like, it's like I think you'll be okay. It's kind of swampy up there. And there's a swamp up there. There's a lake over that way to the east. Just be careful in the swamp. At night it should be fine. There's just these plants, right? They make you feel all sick. But at night they close up. No sun. And you don't have to worry about feeling ill. But I'm sure there's other things to be careful of. I don't go up there. Do you go up there? And he points to the other guy. He's like, "Oh, no. I was just here to see if I could try to fix this thing, but
Are there a lot of people that are strong like magicians on the island?
I mean, I can do a pretty cool trick with a coin. You got a token?
Can you can you turn an inanimate horse into a real one?
I I guess I never tried. Have you?
Try, try
And
it.
the mechanic's like, he's like, have you? And he holds up the spray bottle. And the mechanic's like, oh no, I can't do it.
What is in the spray bottle?
Did you ask that?
What's in the spray bottle?
Ah,
Hydrochloric acid.
it's a, it's like, you wanna try it? And he offers to spray you with it.
Helga would love to try. She's gonna snatch the
sure.
bottle. She's gonna snatch the bottle out of his hand
Okay,
and spray
and you
the guard
spritz
with
it
it.
on yourself.
And I just spritz the guard.
Oh, the guard.
Yeah.
Oh, as you spritz the guard, you notice that he instantly begins to shrink, and he becomes half
Oh,
his
shit.
size. And he's like, that wasn't very nice of you. And the mechanic's kind of like, and like kind of like takes his foot, kind of like pushes him a little bit. So he's like, ow, and stumbles. 'Cause he's small now.
Helga is absolutely overjoyed. It's the most excited you've ever seen her.
Okay, you do notice that when you spray it, the level goes down a little bit. There's 8 notches on this bottle, and it's now down to 7.
Holy shit, this is greatest thing ever. Thank you. I will continue to try this, and I will never suffer the consequences.
Why do you guys have this?
So they said if we found the horses, they'd be kind of heavy. This is gonna make it easier to carry them back.
That actually checks out. It's ours now though, because we're looking for it.
I mean, go for it. I'm definitely not going up into any swampy areas or lakes or whatever looking like this.
I don't think you're going anywhere looking like that. You have to be at least 4 feet to ride this.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I never could ride it.
And he just goes, ha! Very funny. And I think reduce only lasts a minute, right?
I think so.
This works differently for objects, but for people, it is only going to last the minute. I think it's a minute.
That sounds
Um,
right.
you start to, or it's like 2 minutes or something. But you start to see him kind of growing back to his normal size again. And the mechanic kind of just tries to look busy, grabs some tools out of his belt and like goes and acts like he's working on something just to avoid any kind of abuse.
Norm, you could have extended yourself and made yourself tall enough to ride.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Well, now we really have to find these horses because now I want to ride it.
Well, venture into the swamp.
Okay. Yeah. You want to venture into the swamp?
Let's do it.
It is pretty dark. So you do see probably what he's talking about. Like there are some weird Audrey 2 looking pod flowers that are closed up. So like the air is pretty clean. I mean, it still smells kind of boggy. The ground's like a little wet, just a lot of overgrowth. As you're walking along, you can keep heading north, but you also notice. Well, actually, no. Well, no, you don't notice. I gotta remember to do this. Someone want to roll a perception check or like a survival check or something. I mean, otherwise, we'll just keep heading up north. You
I
don't see any
will.
burning marks anymore.
I'll do a perception check.
Okay.
Looking out for weird plants. Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh
my
God, this is-
Now
This is
that
definitely
Trent's DMing, the curse has passed to me.
I know, enjoy. This is definitely a corner of the island you do not know very well. This is boggier. It's darker. You would probably have never set up your cottage up here. It's pretty depressing.
Can I
You
help
preferred where
Helga?
yours was set up, which is where they've set up their plaza.
Can I help Helga look?
Sure.
I could fly up and get a aerial view also.
Bird
birds. I have you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A bird.
You can.
Still not above a 10. 13. Let's do that one.
A 13. I mean, you live in nature though, so I will say this: you can at least tell going eastward. Um, there are some like broken branches, as if something moved through it. Maybe it was an animal. Maybe it was a cart. Maybe you have no idea what it was, but just like something broke through it. It's not naturally broken. Heading off to the east, which is where like the lake is. But if a widget flies up, he can also kind of like scope the perimeter and see what's afar.
Where is it? Okay.
Scope widget, scope.
Come on.
Um,
Oh boy.
so the canopies are pretty thick. So you don't once you get up there, it's like you feel above everybody else and like, yeah, I'm gonna find the answers, but you don't. It's just a sea of trees in front of you. I will say you do notice there is a lake to the east. That's not too far away.
There's no canopy there.
Correct. So you do see a body of water. You don't see much else there. Maybe there is like a little bit of fog or something on the water. You can't like make out anything from your distance.
All right. I guess I'll point out where the lake was, but that's all I could see. Do we just go in the direction of the broken branches?
I
Sure.
would assume.
Okay. Let me do my realignment of this. I'll try to multitask while I'm doing it. So yeah, so you head that way through the broken branches, and the ground starts to get kind of mushier. Like you can tell, you're getting closer to a large body of water. And eventually, it does open up, and you find yourself on the edge of a lake. I hope I did this right.
Paddle boats.
Stop staring at me, Swan.
There's some big friends there.
Kitties.
Helga's just gonna walk up and start talking to the gators.
uh, this one, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm so dumb. I didn't think about you doing that. He is sleeping.
Wake up.
She's gonna go and like nudge him awake.
Okay. Do let's see how gentle you are at awakening him to see what mood he's in. Do an animal handling roll.
It's 10.
Classic.
Yeah. You start nudging him gently. He's kind of a heavy sleeper though. But eventually he is going to wake up with a stir, and we'll say with a 10, he doesn't like snap at you, but he's kind of like he kind of gives a little like "Rah, rah," which is enough that it is going to wake up this gator at a distance as well. But he's just going to kind of open his eyes. So he's awake, and this gator is awake.
Yeah, so I'll cast Speak with Animals.
Uh-huh.
Above game, cast Speak with Animals. And say, sorry to wake you, my friend. Some of the idiots down on the island, the ones gentrifying everything and, making
God,
all the noise.
I keep telling the others in this lake gentrification has been a huge deal. They
And
don't
look at this.
realize all the
They
problems
even
caused economically.
put all these boats over here in beautiful lake. What's this point the boats? We just swim.
Oh yeah, I know, but they're pretty nice.
All right.
The one
Anyway,
the one to the right kind of broke my heart. Gave me the cold shoulder. So I kind of snapped at her a little bit. I wouldn't be riding that one probably if I was you.
is he talking? He's talking about the swan boat.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
girl for X, while the one to the right is X.
Okay. He started saying X. I thought he was talking about the other gator, but
No, the boats.
okay. Good. All right. Say, look, we're looking for something kind of crazy. Have you seen anything crazy around here lately?
Right? Lately, I mean, there's some stuff at the bottom of this lake. It's been there for a while. Give me a sec. He submerges himself. He's gone for like maybe like 2 minutes, and then he surfaces, and in his mouth is the arm of a claw machine, and he drops it on the shore, and he's like, is this what you're looking for?"
Oh, great. Here we go.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna put that in my backpack.
As the owl approaches, he starts to like, mm.
You can see my mind racing with possibilities.
Norm, anything to say about the claw arm?
I don't know if I see it.
Large
'cause I'm pretty
bird
far.
man. Maybe not step too close to large gator man.
Well, he laid it on
His,
the ground, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's right there in front of him.
I absolutely do not notice the claw machine arm at all.
Dang.
Are you gonna grab the mechanical claw?
Yeah.
His pupils are gonna dilate a bit when you get closer. He's not a bad gator, but he can't help himself. Do like a dex save to see if you dodge getting nipped a little bit.
Probably not. Nope.
No, he does take a bite at you. How much does a gator's bite? Oh, I hang on, I separated this from the rest of my things that were open. A bite. You're gonna take. Okay, he's not gonna grapple you with this, because he'll quickly be apologetic, but he's gonna do as much damage to you. Let's see. I don't think you can see that. I think only I. Oh, hang on, I closed roll 20. Okay,
Classic.
it's now with the rest of it. I'll see what I rolled because I got to figure out how to have you guys see my rolls too, so it doesn't always say go to GM because it's like I don't need to be the only one that sees it. All right.
I don't know how I set mine, to be honest with you.
Okay.
There's a settings in Roll20 by the chat. There's a little like red D&D Beyond dice by where
I
it
see
says
it.
send. There might be something there,
Okay.
but
I'll look into it later.
force
All right,
critical hits.
As far
Yeah,
as
it
what
says whisper rolls at the top, maybe.
Oh, okay. You take 8 damage
Ooh.
from that bite.
Elgar tried to warn you. You do look pretty tasty to Gator Man.
And he looks at Helga's like, I'm sorry. It's just a force of habit. Sometimes it's hard to get some food around these parts with the big guy out there. His appetite's huge.
What big guy?
I'll
Big guy?
back away and just cast my mage hand and have that pick it up then,
Okay.
or try to.
You got it. The gator's not attached to that. The big guy, he calls the shots around here. Word on the street is he's dating both of the swan boats now. He's kind of a big deal.
Is it that one over there? She
What?
just points to the gator over there.
On the island?
Yeah,
One
that's
that's
one over
awake?
here.
Jerome?
Yeah.
No, not Jerome. He's not big. He's like just like me. Look at him.
I think you're all pretty big, if I'm being quite honest with you.
Nah.
What is name of Big Gator?
Uh they call
Welcome
him
to DMing, Trent.
yeah, I know, I gotta
We're
learn
gonna,
about
we're
this.
gonna, we're gonna ask the fucking name of everything.
His name is Toby.
They
Toby.
call, uh his name is Big Earl.
Big Earl.
Big Earl gets the girls. That's what we keep saying.
All right. And should we be scared of Big Earl? Is he a bit of jackass, or
Well, I mean, he thinks he owns everything in and around this lake.
hence him dating two women at the same time?
Yeah, if he wants to. He does what he wants.
All right. So, have you seen anything else strange other than more
Um and
more
actually I just
metal
realized I
junk?
think hang on one second. Uh my bad. This should have been in a different layer, but you also notice that's across the way.
Oh, we do see that.
You see, yeah, it's
Okay. Is it animate? Is it moving, or is it
no, it is still. It is
Okay.
just a carousel horse by the look of it.
okay? What is going on with giant flaming horse-like thing over there?
No, oh, that's Big Earl's newest possession.
Is that
It's
Big
kind of
Earl next to him?
oh no, that's Little Earl. That's his son. He
Mm,
just Big Earl lets him play with the thing, kind of nudge it around.
as gators like to do.
Yeah.
Is little Earl sleeping?
Little Earl is not sleeping.
Huh.
He's playing with the toy.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was there were some people here. You know, it used to move. They were riding around on those things, and then stupid guy kind of tipped and fell into the water, and they just kind of abandoned it.
These people who were riding on a giant flaming metal horse, what do they look like? They wearing things that look kind of like this, and like kind of points to Norm and his colors, I guess.
No, no, not at all. They were they kind of looked more like I don't know who here has the heaviest armor on.
I have no
Wearing
one.
Not me.
No
wearing
one.
hide.
Oh, okay.
It might be me actually. I have scale mail on.
Oh, that's right. You do have scale mail. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So they were bigger. They had some weird faces though. Like their faces didn't move. It's like that owl guy, kind of stoic, but like really, really stoic.
Hmm.
This does not bring me comfort. Say, I don't think I got your name.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. My name is Jasper.
Jasper.
Mhm.
How do other gators in swamp feel about Big Earl?
Uh, More or less, they're afraid of him. They listen to him though. They respect him.
Hmm.
Guy pulled 2 swan boats. Tough to do.
So people would not feel better if he was no longer
What are you?
around to steal all the swan boats.
What are you saying?
I'm
I mean,
saying
I
if
mean, look.
they're
Between you and me, I wouldn't mind seeing him go. And he looks at the one swan boat. I loved her. He he
so
took her
fucking
from me.
stupid.
But I don't know if the rest will be as easy to convince. But I got you if you wanna. He like, kind of winks. Try to do something about it.
Who is other gator over there? Bring him here.
What, Jerome?
Hey, Jerome, yes.
Hey, Jerome! So he yells over, which is going to wake up this gator up here to the north now. So he's awake. But again, just eyes are open, kind of sitting there. And we'll watch, time, guys, if you want to. Or just like. We could
I
probably
should be
end it
going
here
in a
if you
minute,
want.
but we can finish
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
We can stop here.
But yeah, here's Jerome. And Jerome's gonna say, you guys talking about how awesome Big Earl is? Love that guy. Look what he got me. And he is going to show um he's gonna pull out a claw machine arm. He just found this at the bottom of the lake. Evidently there used to be a time where these were everywhere.
Oh no. Oh, my saving throw is so bad. I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship on Jerome.
Okay, animal friendship. So he's on your side now, huh?
He gets a saving throw. He has a Wisdom saving throw
Wisdom saving throw
of 12.
on a crocodile, a regular
On a crocodile.
crocodile.
Yep.
Regular
All
old
right,
crap.
that's a plus
how
0.
how heavy is Norm?
I actually wrote that down. Let me look.
3 pounds.
3 pounds. That'd be great if he was.
He 16 is what he got.
Okay. So he is not charmed.
He weighs 52 pounds.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Unlike charm person, it does not say anything about him
Them
knowing
people.
that I'm trying to charm him or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think he'd really realize it anyway. He's a crocodile.
Sure.
He just thinks the water temperature changed slightly around him and his cold blood reacted. It's like, ooh, shudders.
Jeremy, did you pee in the water?
We all pee in the water.
Jerome, if you're right. Big Earl is very, very cool man, and I don't know. Excuse me a minute. I need to go talk to my friends. Outside of earshot of like, you can't speak common. What do I give a shit? She's gonna turn around she's gonna turn around and stop speaking in crocodile and like give everybody the lowdown of what's going on.
Yeah, you were just going over there grunting for like 10 minutes.
Look, there's 4 gators here. There's big giant gator somewhere who owns everything in the lake, including using these swan boats as sex dolls.
God.
They care a lot about it. It's very
It's more
strange.
romantic.
We can use them as hostages if we need.
But the horse is over there. He belongs to the big gator who's in charge around here. This gator will be our friend, and we can use him to uprise against him and get our horse back, probably. But
If we help the one friendly gator, can I have that claw arm?
I do not care.
I have an idea.
Great.
Everybody
hear me
listen.
out.
Smart one talking.
Hear me out. The first thing that came to my mind was something involving me flying, taking Norm, and outfitting the crane claw, flying over to the horse, and doing like a hook
Here to get your
evac
claw game.
situation. So if that sounds like a cool idea to you guys, Norm could play the crane game, and we could get that horse out of there.
Take the spray bottle too.
Yeah, that too.
I do not hate the idea. I will
Or I
warn you,
could put
however.
Norm on the hook, lower him down, he sprays the horse and grabs it, and then I fly him out of there.
I will only warn you that crocodiles can jump deceivingly high. So
We would need to distract the alligator crocodile.
we could arrange. Perhaps we
engage crocodiles in some sort of test of masculinity.
Who can
Use the swan boats.
who can woo the swan boats?
Yeah, let's take the swan boats over there and distract the gator, lure him away from the horse, and then I'll lower Norm in there with the spray, and we can grab it.
I don't suppose you can animate the swan boats.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a spell. Animate objects.
Oh, yeah.
I was asking an artificer.
Does it go by size?
I don't know.
I think so.
It could be a higher level spell too. I don't know.
I think it's one of those things where like you can animate 10 tiny objects and 5 smalls and 2 mediums and so on.
That sounds. But nobody has it anyway. Then it doesn't matter,
No,
right?
I don't have it.
It is a 5th level spell, so no.
Well, let's stop it there tonight before we enact any plans, and you guys can think about. I like the claw machine idea. I did not think you would
Great.
do that.
Yeah,
It's
well,
Norm's
that's funny.
dream to become the claw in a claw game.
Yeah.
I am the
Yeah.
claw.
The claw.
The claw.
Ooh, guys. Hey,
Nice.
great job, Trent. A lot of fun.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
job.
Really great first session.
I
Mhm.
appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. It's interesting being on this side, and yeah, I'm learning the whole like a lot of names and just
Keeping track.
finding opportunities for roles and letting you guys talk and stuff. I'll keep
Yeah.
trying to find a good balance with that.
I think it was really good pacing.
Yeah, you're doing great, man.
I did plan
Not
two
just-
and
I'm not
two,
just
and,
saying-
one.
I'm not just saying that because I like you too. You're doing a good job.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'd be good for next week then, if you guys are too. Like I said, we're gonna try to
Mhm.
kind of go hard at least while it's holiday season and we're available.
Yeah, go hard in the paint.
Do we want to start
we-
the new schedule next year, like starting in
That sounds good.
2025?
Yeah.
Every other week,
Mhm.
an hour
Mhm.
longer. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I should be able to finish this up and well, I don't know. Then again, we did not get as far as I obviously.
Yeah,
as far as I
you
thought, so.
might be
That's
able to
okay.
finish it up. We fucking can't.
Yeah.
Aaron, are we still doing board game night at your house Saturday?
Yeah, I
or-
figured. Yeah, anyone that wants to come over
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Sounds good.
For today.
All right, guys.
One Azura note for all of you: Brackle with your dancing rapier, Crowbar with your glaive, and Urzak with the sword of Lendus. You can bump it up one bonus level. I can't remember exactly where all of them are, but like +2 to +3, for example.
Mhm.
So wherever you are, just increase by 1. Unless you're at 3, don't increase that. I'll find a different bonus for you. Vern and I have to figure out what your increase is.
I have
me
level
another one.
19, right?
Level 19. Yeah, level up to 19.
I can do that with Crowbar, but I don't know what I'll be doing.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever you
Whatever
you want to do.
before March. Anything before then, I guess. I should be pretty good for.
Can't promise we'll be back in Azure. Well, in mainline Azure by March.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. All right.
I don't know. We'll see. Going every other week, it might be. Who knows?
All right, guys. Well, thank you
Okay.
for my first GM session.
Good
Yeah,
job.
Great job, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys next
All right.
week.
All right,
See you,
guys.
dudes.
Have a good week.
Night.
See you guys.
Bye.